3, 2, 1, go.
It's your fucking boy, Don Dada. We back with another fucking flanker. we got the king of the mob, Don Tom the Walker.
Let's go, Don. Let's go. Let's go, Don. And what about Pat? And what about Pat and Chris? What about Pat and Chris, Don?
We got another two-time, not one, hold on. Two-time champion, the Slayer, Patrick Price. We also got the Pioneer, BO2 World Champion. You watching me play? Chris!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be Donnie opening things
How
off.
you guys doing?
That's going to be Donnie. Listen, if you guys have headsets on, I do apologize in advance, okay? I do apologize. I didn't know Donnie was going to come in that hot, okay? I didn't know. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for joining today's episode of The Flank, joined by the 20-time champion and 2-time world champion, Patrick Price, a.k.a. Aches, and on the other side, another world champion, another staple to the Call of Duty scene, Mr. Chris Duarte, a.k.a. Parasite. And then, of course, we got a special guest. He was on yesterday. You guys loved him. He might have had a few drinks today, okay? But he's feeling good.
I'm done yelling. I'm done yelling.
You're done yelling, Don? You're done yelling?
I'm done yelling.
All right. All right. I like that, Don. We had a great set of matches today. Make sure to show Donnie some love for coming on the show. We're going to get right into it, man. These matches were absolutely insane. We're going to start things off going up against the Paris Legion. All right, Paris Legion versus LAG. I'm going to start off with you, Pat, Chris. First and foremost, excuse me. How you guys doing today, Pat, Chris? You guys doing good?
Yeah, today was a good day. Today was a good day. Sorry, my bad, Pat. But I was thoroughly entertained all day. We had some good matches, and shout out to Don, man. We were in Tom's chat, gassing everyone up. And Tom, you had a good day yourself, and you're still having a great day.
Yeah, no, the ZOOMAFIA is always showing love and support. The energy in the streams have been absolutely insane all weekend long, and they were just league matches, man. Nothing too crazy. And then I also got confirmation that for the Toronto Major, FaZe Clan is opening up the Toronto office for me, so I'm going to be doing flanks and watch parties live from Toronto at the FaZe offices. So that's going to be really, really cool as well, if those of you didn't know. And before we do start, Rich and Lonely actually just tweeted out one piece from our new merchandise line that we're going to be dropping on the 27th. So next Friday, we're going to be dropping 10 pieces. We got the Rich and Lonely, X The Flank, X Stallions, X ZOOMAFIA. We got a lot of pieces for you guys, man. So if you guys do want to go check that out, make sure to look out for that, man. We're going to be dropping promo all weekend long, and you guys will be getting a little sneak peek on some of the items we're going to be dropping. So super excited about that. But let's talk about this match. We got Bocage Hardpoint, Desert Siege S&D, Gav Control, Tuscan Hardpoint, and Bocage Search. Legion going up against LAG. Pat, Chris, I'll let you guys kick it off. Anything in the vetoes?
Honestly, I'm kind of surprised that LAG finally strayed away from playing Gavutu, especially versus Paris, because I feel like Paris is a very aggressive team that probably benefits from playing a map like Bocage. So it was really weird seeing at least LAG ban Gavutu, which we know they've been playing a lot.
Yeah, no, and I definitely think that the Paris boys came out with a different energy in this first map, and we heard it in the listen-in, which we will tune into. But Don, how'd you guys feel after this big map one? Because I felt like you guys, I felt like you guys had it in the bag, man.
I feel like their team was like playing with a lot of pressure. It felt like they were just scared to like just take map control and be efficient with their kills. You know how we've been talking about the past few days, just being efficient with your kills, taking map control when you get kills. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I could tell that like playing them the whole time, that like they did not want to lose it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they're playing like in a bad way. It was actually hurting them more in my opinion. But after the first map, I'm literally talking crazy. I'm like, yo, like you guys are horrible. Like, this might be the worst team I've ever played. Like, I don't know what the fuck these guys are doing.
They didn't have the lead once on y'all. Not once. They couldn't get it. Y'all led the whole game.
We let the whole, like, it was just a free, like, it just felt like they were just trying not to lose. Whereas, like, bro, if they just played confident, they played their game, they could probably, like, you know what I'm saying, like, fuck us up.
Yeah, I felt like on the bouquet chart point, you guys were in full control for most of the map. I felt like you guys were just ahead on rotation. You guys were also just slaying them out. You're picking up a lot of kills. LAG, man. No, you guys are good at this map. I feel like it fits you guys well.
I was surprised to see it get through.
I just don't know what's going on with LAG. I mean, they did win today. Paris brought them all the way to a last map.
Respectable win.
I just feel like LAG just hasn't looked like themselves, you know. And Slasher started teeing up. He looked really good today. Obviously, Asim and Hook have been underperforming a little bit. But just since the major win, I mean, it just hasn't been looking good for them. I do want to take us into the listening so you guys can tune in and hear how my man Donnie sounded. Donnie, you were having some fun during this listening, man. You were having a little
bit trolly, a little bit trolly. Yeah,
a little bit.
I wasn't feeling the pressure.
Well, let's go. Let's go into the Paris listening and let's see how these guys were calming.
Bottom barn, Kyler.
You're gonna push it. You have bottom barn?
Help him.
You push out, Hugh. Tree door. Barrel.
On T2, on T2, hurt.
Asim, stop.
Barrel, tree door.
Asim on the roof.
T2,
Asim dead.
I don't see that. He's T2.
I hit him
Got
T2
tank
with an
still.
He's still T2 and one got tank.
T2 still there. T2 dead.
Nice, I'll get this 10. I'll get this 10.
I'm 2Z.
I'm able to bump you out.
Just
Like
fucking
back
go.
to
Stop bump.
Tools dead.
Off any hill for the rest of the game.
Okay, listen, one's over, by the way.
I'm gonna need help, Tools.
Yo, go
help, Tools.
Go left.
Wait, keep listening.
My brother.
I don't see him up there.
Yes,
Nice.
Sirskis.
I'm holding top house for now.
Stay up.
holding
Stay
right
up.
now.
They're still
Spawn
spawning
hill,
in the
spawn hill
back.
dead.
They're all spawning in
Back
the
castle
back.
got me.
Back window.
Window again.
Okay, that's him.
Oh,
One
hold
at a
that
time, one at a
street.
time.
Flasher, one shot hill.
I got you here. I'll hit him.
Yo, just cross to the back. Asim weak. And one's P5. P5. Main.
Pierce tower, one shot and one back window. Back window.
They did time.
Tower
They did time.
was one
Use barrel time.
Tower was a bullet. Asim still there. Asim's coming or some shit.
Nice.
I have all the right.
Have your left. Have your left.
I'm shifting
Oh
left
my
over.
god.
You hit me.
I'm holding left right now.
John was
Already out,
piecing.
Kyler's already out.
Only one.
Kyler laying down Z.
You hit me back.
Come left.
Okay, keep
Pushing
pushing
window.
And one castle. Good, one street. All right, that's
Flasher
two
castle,
dead.
one top street. Top P5.
Oh,
One
he's
shot.
one
Hook
shot.
on gate. Slasher's in time. Just slow
Yeah,
down and go right, I think. You want water?
Yeah, you went
He
water.
hasn't crossed yet. He's so
He's
high.
got the car. Yeah, he's still.
I'm
tweaking. I'm calling out ghosts.
Two low right. One's going top gate and one's hitting low right.
Lower, two right. One more. Asim.
I didn't see him cross.
All right, so Don, you said you were calling out ghosts there. Is that what you said?
Yeah, right there. Yeah, no one got out water. I'm like, yo, he got out water.
But the
Like, that's
listening
just a
sounded
tweak.
good. It sounded vibey. It sounded like you guys came out swinging today.
Bro, I was delusionally confident, bro. Delusionally.
And this is kind of where you guys had a pretty big lead here. This is probably one of your biggest leads of the game. And then this is where LAG, I thought, maybe had a chance to bring it back. You guys had a rotation here to this P5, and then LAG was able to break on in. And it starts with Slasher and Gunless picking up some kills mid-map. They're able to work the break. Last one up is going to be you, Don. You're trying to go massive, and you do go massive, but it just wasn't enough. LAG, they break it. They keep this game a little close. But you guys hang on. It wasn't until the very end of the game where you were able to flip spawns. Going into that last P2, I'm not sure who made the heads-up play. Don, I think it was you initially who was going right here. So you were trying to flip, but then you end up getting caught out. And I'm not really too sure how the flips came in.
Bro, like,
how did the flips come in here, though? That was interesting.
Timing in the game, that was so awkward. Like, these guys are just like, what they're doing.
So, Pat, Chris, what happened here? Did everybody from LAG just go down? Like, what happened?
Yeah.
Everybody just, everybody. Like I said,
go back to when the white team spawned Paris.
Yeah,
Like, go
that's what I said. You see the flips?
Right before.
Right here?
Yeah. Let me watch.
So right here, Paris is storming through the middle of the map. LAG finds two, right? LAG finds two. And then Paris get a 3 clean wipe. And I think because LAG all went down at the same time, the flips came in.
What the fuck?
It was a little weird. It was a little weird for sure.
That was kind of weird because usually, at least in MW, we know it's not like perfectly like MW, but the person that's on like a certain part of the map will spawn them there. And like purple's obviously like further up on that end of the map. So I don't know. Wait, actually, you want to what makes sense, Tom?
What? Talk to me, Chris. Talk to me.
So, you know, look, looking at the hill, like on the mini map, the left side of the mini map and the right side of the mini map would be the spawns, right? Ideally, like in a normal scenario, the spawns are not like that. Instead, it's flipped. It's the other way. It's like a horizontal line through the middle of the hill, right? See how purple spawns on the top right of the hill on the mini map, on the top right of the mini map?
You're talking about when they flip.
Yeah, no, but you see that's their spawn, right? The top
Yeah.
right of the mini map. Right? And there's and Paris is spawning at the bottom left of the mini map. You want to know why? Because purple was on the top half of the mini map and white was further down on the mini map.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, it's horizontal.
I see exactly what you're saying. It's a horizontal line going through the middle of the map. And it's not when it should be vertical, right? It should be vertical.
What the fuck?
I get what you're saying.
That's the only explanation I have for it. You see what I'm saying? Because the spawns are like horizontal, like they're like diagonal, like across the mini map from each other. And
then the flips come in, and then that's Paris right there. They're just able to lock down that P2, and you can see all smiles coming in from Mr. Donnie Temp after the first map.
He
talking mad shit. And take a look at the final scoreboard. Jimbo had himself a good map. Donnie, you had yourself a good map once again. You've been frying. Everybody from Paris really pulling weight. And then on the other side, good stat line from them as well. Slash just struggled a little bit. But it was Gunless and Hook that were dropping some good numbers. 35 and 32. It just wasn't enough for them. Pat, what's going on with your background? What is that?
What do you mean?
Hey, Donnie, what the heck is he doing? What is that?
What's wrong with
What's wrong with this guy?
I might be in the way. Hold on, I might be in the way. Let me get out the way for you.
The heck is wrong, dude? Dude, what is wrong? Hey, this guy Pat is a moron.
13-1, uplink. Y'all cannot ball.
But listen,
y'all got no bunnies.
Then after the first map, Paris goes up 1-0. We get right into the S&D. Starting off the first round, it's Big P with that sniper rifle. He came in and sniped 3 players in this first round. Really good plays coming out of Big P. He was hitting some good shots, Don. He was hitting heads. Really good plays coming out of Big P. He's going to go up. So just good shots with him. What do you guys think about Big P and the snipe? I like Big P and the snipe. I feel like he fits it well. Did he use the snipe? Did he used to do that?
Yeah. He sniped. He sniped before. I was actually saying that when I think LAG was playing a team. I think it was it Don's team? I don't remember. They were playing a team on this map, and I was like, oh, I think they're like missing like Pierce's sniper presence because Spart wasn't sniping on the map, and they were getting like fucked by the sniper.
Yeah, and then the next few rounds, it seemed like Paris started to play up this A site a lot. Don, you guys favor the A site from what it seems like. Is there a specific reason why you guys like to go towards A?
We did this map.
This map. So this was an anomaly. You guys
this is normally an anomaly. Like the reason why we went
a normal anomaly.
Nah, is that what I said? Listen, the reason why we went A, Tom Gravity, shout out Tom Gravity, he made the call, great calls. He said, yo, this guy's not hitting shots at A. Just go A. That's why, look, you see this?
You're taking advantage of the lane where there's only one guy and he's not hitting shots. So
yeah,
you know,
we just said, fuck it.
Nah, bro, this is what they made this call, right? You ever play one of those S&Ds and you're like, yo, the burger on the team is over there?
Exactly. That's what we
wait. That's
but
what
he was 3-0, so like it doesn't look like it makes sense.
That's literally
but like that's literally what happened though.
Bro, you do that. That's an actual strat S&D. It's like, yo, the worst player on the team plays this bomb site. We have to hit this bomb site.
That's by far the best strat. Like you just take advantage of their worst player over and over.
That's what Tom Grab called. So like, you know,
not to say Pierce is their worst player, but like in the scenario, they're like, yo, he is missing
in
right
the play,
now.
Tom
just
Grab
go there.
He's not hitting the shot. Let's go A. And I'm like, all right, bet we gonna hit A.
Yeah, but then we get into the next round. I mean, we get a 2v2, and I just like to play from Slasher here to back up John and just get this trenches control. I mean, you guys know how hard it is to break this B bomb site when somebody gets trenches. It's a really good grenade. He's going to get pushed up, and that's just going to secure the map control. So really good plays coming out of Austin here. You can see the 2v1 comes in. Good bounce back from them, and then this is kind of where Paris started to bring it back a little bit. This is where they started hitting at that A site. We go into the 3-1 round. Paris is just going to get super aggressive. It seems like LAG was just giving it up. They didn't want any smoke on the A side of the map, it seemed like. They were trying to play long routes and stuff. You can see Hook trying to make a play around the back, but you guys did a good job picking up these kills, picking up those lanes. You guys go up 3-2. Then we get into the next round. It's Tom Gravity who's able to find a first blood here. He's going to open things up, make it a 4v3 situation pretty fast. LAG, they rush B, but Paris gets a pretty clean retake here. Don, what's going through your head when you have to retake this B site? Because I feel like this site is terrible. I thought you guys were going to hop the bomb here, Don. We'll try and do like a little ninja type thing, you know, like everybody else does. You win the round. You win the round.
We do.
You do. You tie it up here.
John had great comms this round.
John had good comms.
This round the whole time. Yeah, John knew. Yeah, and then I said I was gonna nade this guy. So like the guy he killed, the last guy he killed on the gun, I dropped the detonate on him, and they just chowed. I knew we were gonna win this round actually.
All right, so it looks like John was coming out some good comms.
We were actually like playing that really well, like like teamwork wise.
John, y'all are horrible at planning B though. Like y'all might as well just go A only. You're 0-2 going B, and you're 5-7 going A. Like you might as well just chalk it up, say fucking offense A every round when we're not planning.
And then we get into the 3-3 round. This is where you guys tie it up. Tom's gonna pick a first blood, and he's gonna find a first blood in the middle of the map. You guys are gonna have numbers, and once again, you guys go over towards that A site. And you guys were able to clutch this one up as well. So just really big plays coming in from the Paris Legion. But unfortunately, you were up 4-3, Don. You let this one go, man. You let this one go, man. This was the round where you guys took the lead. Just a really good A plan. It started with Tom getting that first blood. And then we get into the next round. This is kind of where Asem started to kick up. Asem's going to find a big grenade kill. He's going to rush through the middle of the map and just get control. And Asem just started finessing here in trains. This is what he does here over by the A site.
We're tweaking this round.
Why? Why were you guys tweaking?
Bro, I swear I don't know. We just started tweaking, bro. Like they that said for one split second, someone called out their plan B. So that's when I threw a nade. Like I was back B. I'm like, what the fuck, they plan B? Like we were dead ass tweaking, bro.
That's the wrong bomb site.
We were dead ass tweaking, bro. So I wasted my nade, and now I'm rapping the A. I'm just like, fuck. Like I gotta just chow some shit, I guess.
Yeah.
Like,
So you could see here how LAG was kind of able to win this round. Asem with a first blood mid, wraps the bomb back, plants the bomb A, then kills Don on the train. And just like that, LAG are able to tie it up at 4. And then we go into the 4-4 round. You let Slasher 1v2 here, Don. Well, I don't know if you exactly let him 1v2, but
I was dead. I've been dead.
You were dead, but Slasher
blooded. What the fuck did I do?
Slasher was able to pick up a 1v2 here, and we could tune in and just kind of see how he's able to do it. I like the tack usage from him. So it's going to start with John and Gravity. They're going to pick up some kills. Austin a 1v2. John went a little rogue. I'm not sure why he jumped up on that. He jumped up on the crate.
We talked about this.
You talked about this, Don. You talked about this, man. And then Austin throws a grenade down, and Tom's stuck on a bomb. So just really good plays coming out of Austin in the 1v2. And then in the last round, it was just LAG. They just rushed out that B site really, really fast. Asem finds another first blood, and just like that, LAG were able to close this one out. You can see Paris trying to work this retake, but with Asem with a first blood, Gunless with a pick, a 3v2 situation, you can see Jimbo trying to work that ninja defuse. He almost had it. I'm not going to lie. He was very close to picking up that ninja, but unfortunately, it just wasn't enough. LAG are able to win the second map, tie it up at 1. Let's take a look at the scoreboard, man. Asem 10-7. On the other side, Gravity was 10-7, but it just wasn't enough. LAG were able to clutch up. Pat, Chris, any final thoughts on the map?
Looks like Paris just threw a bunch of rounds, to be honest.
Yeah, Paris did throw a lot of rounds, for sure. You guys lost numbers a lot. Go ahead, Pat.
Well, they also have the league worst, no offense, Don, in offensive round win percentage. So, like, I don't know. You guys just still struggle on offense. Yeah, no matter what map it is.
Makes sense.
You guys just struggle on offense.
Makes sense.
And then we get into the Gavitu control, and I mean, Paris just kicked up into a whole nother gear here in the control.
I literally wasn't even calling out this map, bro.
Yeah, no, you guys
I was just talking shit the whole time. The whole time, like, like.
So just to show you guys a little bit about what happened, it was 3 defensive wins in a row. Paris was able to get more ticks than LAG was, but nobody was able to capitalize on that beat point. And this is just all Jimbo off the rip. I mean, Jimbo's going to run up the middle of the map. He's going to pop a 3-piece, and he stays alive in the base for another minute. I mean, he's just dipping and weaving.
This whole time either.
He blacked out.
Streaks?
He was blacked out, Don.
Did you get streaks? I said, yo, you're close to streaks. He said, I already got him.
Yeah, my man Jimbo was blacked out over here, man. He was roaming his spawn.
Right here. Good shit getting the glide, though.
Bro, they forget he's... What?
It's like they were
what?
playing for him, Chris, and just didn't know where he was, or it's like they forgot he was there, but they just couldn't kill him. They couldn't kill Jimbo. I'm not sure what was going on. Jimbo was like double neg and ended up even after this one.
Bro, he had 3 elims and then 6 elims in the game. I literally told him, I said, yo, Brian, can you just start frying these motherfuckers? That's literally what I said in the game.
And then, Donnie, then you make the heads-up play. You hit the route all the way through right. You get all the way behind him from Cliff. You're going to hit onto this point. You're going to get him off that hill. And then you're going to keep working this, Don. You're going to end up pushing Cliff here, I believe. You end up going down, but then you make a play towards the end. You're able to get through A side, and LAG was just trying to go towards B, and it just wasn't enough. You guys did a really, really good job pinning them. Actually, I think I'm thinking of the next round, but you guys keep them here, top Cliff. They can't get out the base. It starts with Jimbo going on a streak. You guys force an overtime, and because you guys were able to lock down some more ticks, you guys were able to have the defensive rounds. So you guys are feeling good going in. What's so funny, Don? What the fuck?
Yo, Pat is just not like...
This guy Pat's nuts, man. He's nuts.
Listen, this is the two worst control teams in the entire league.
No.
And this on Gavitu, which makes it even worse.
Wait, I'm actually crying. I remember Pat. I think when Pat, who are we talking to? Where they're like, yo, they need to chalk up this map. They can't even get a B tick. Like they haven't got a B tick in forever.
It was LAG, but now Paris is even worse. Paris, listen,
Wait, we won this map.
They won the map. They did win the map, Pat.
Well, LAG is still ass. Don't get me wrong. But in terms of like the B tick, when they picked up Spark, they started capping B, and then so they beat you a little bit in the number of ticks. But,
they said they have averaged the worst ticks on B or some shit.
No, they had never capped it. It wasn't averaging the worst. They had 0. They had
never capped the point.
And this is the overtime play. This is the overtime play here from Donnie. He's going to get pushed up top boat, and he's going to find 3 kills just like that. Bada bing, bada boom, 3-piece. And then Don's going to get aggressive. He's going to get pushed up here, Cliff. He knows that nobody's coming towards him. Yeah, nobody comes towards you, Don. So what do you think? They're pushing right. They're trying to flood ring. And Don's going to push up here into their spawn and just rain havoc on the Los Angeles Gorillas. And they honestly just couldn't do anything here. Just really good individual play. Really good play. Don, how'd you feel after this one? You probably thought you guys had this one in the bag.
Shit. I was just talking shit. I was like, guys, like, listen, like, we're not playing like perfectly, but like these guys are even worse than us. Like, that's literally what I'm saying. Like we can win this. Like, close this shit out.
These guys are worse than us, dude.
Like, these guys are like not good. Like, these guys are not playing. Bro, I just feel like they were nervous. I just feel like they were just playing scared. So I was just talking shit, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, when a shark sees blood, like, you just get confidence.
But the thing is, Don, we'll look at the final scoreboard, right? You went 34-22. Really good map out of you. On the other side, it looks like everybody was negative from LAG. The whole LAG team was negative, so nobody can get it going over there. But Donnie kind of fell apart in this next map. LAG kind of had you guys bad in this 4th map, man. We go into a Tuscan hardpoint. LAG is going to start off with a full 60 on the P1. They just have a really good break off. They just win their fights off the rip. They go up fast. But Don, LAG just continued to rain havoc on you guys in this map. This is kind of where Slasher and Hook just really turned up.
We made a couple of plays. Like, we normally do lose that break off in practice. Like, we're just not great at that break off. We made a couple of plays where it was like, okay, like, I'm talking shit. Like, I feel like my teammates should feed off of that and just like gain confidence versus the other team. Like, you could tell there was like a couple of plays we made in this, and like decisions we made that we wouldn't make. You know, that it was like, why are we nervous making these bad decisions? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no.
Like one rotation to P3, bro. We lost this map on P3, which is like the scrappiest hill in the world. If you just run at the right and throw nades, you'll at least keep them off the time.
Yeah.
You literally can lose the whole hill by like 20 points if you just run at the right and throw nades. Like, in practice, we would have just ran at the right and just threw nades, you know. And then in the match, we decide to like overplay blue, where it's just like.
Why do you think that is? You think it's just the energy? You think it's just the energy? You're just tweaking. Yeah, you're blacking out.
You're just tweaking. Like, I guarantee other plays, like, or not other plays, other teams make similar like mistakes where like they just get in the match and just start tweaking. But like, this was like an example of like we would never do that.
Bro, this just happens in COD though, Don. This just happens in COD though, Don, or just it happens a lot in like this type of game. Like, we used to call it the CCOD cycle, right, as a joke. But the whole CCOD cycle thing is where the game essentially, like, you're not playing the game. The game plays you. It gives you a part of the map. It gives you a certain scenario on the map where you basically have no option but to do one certain thing, even if it's not like a play that's going to win you the game, but you have to do it, because if you try to do anything else, you're just putting yourself in a worse
disadvantage. Yeah, I agree.
For example, like spawning field, like once you're spawning field,
just run at the hill.
You literally have to just say, we are not going to get this hill unless we world start through the front. And it's the only play we make. Because if we try to do anything else, we're gonna get fucked. And that's 100%. Literally the cycle. That's like the whole definition of like why the game like this sometimes is just so punishing, because you just have no option. Like, you actually have to do one thing.
I agree with you 100%, but we know that, so why didn't we do it?
Yeah, well, that's the difference, Don. You know? That's the difference. That's the difference between the top, the execution.
Just go to the, you know.
Sometimes you gotta let Vanguard play you, bro. It is what it is.
I mean, we could see how LAG was able to do it. They get the scrap time from P4. They chain the P5. Paris couldn't get in there. And going into the second rotation on hard points is a 70-point lead from LAG. Let's go into the listening and see how Los Angeles Gorillas were common.
Nice, Don, push you guys.
Here.
I'm gonna push you guys.
Donnie, I'm trying to pick a middle. 35 seconds, sir.
One shot. John ran out church. He ran out church.
Hyper middle.
One's back up. Back up. Gravity. One shot. I got a nade on it. I'm getting naded heavy.
Nading time. I give up middle.
He's already on you.
Bottom church, weak, Donnie.
Nade their side.
One hitting you.
Don got me there.
He's absolute Jimbo. Or John, I mean.
He's going
He
there,
went back
side
to
you.
their side,
Their
got
side
it. Their side got
you.
it. He was really weak. Get an 8 on.
I got stunned, bro.
I'm going right. I'm going right.
Closer side, I'm going right.
There's 2 at old. All you guys.
What's it? Got it.
Need help here?
Got it, I'm gonna go right with them, guys.
Yeah, you want to? I'm waiting for you.
coming.
You guys are gonna be here probably.
I'm here with you. That's 2. One's top church. He's
I
gonna
have
be top green on
a
us.
stun for the
found
back. I have a stun for the
I have a
back.
stun.
Here,
Here,
Jimbo,
Jimbo, and one's gonna be top green after that. Try to
One.
step. I need
On
time.
the back.
One's top
top
green. I'm
green.
trying to jump behind him.
Got to the back tank. Dead.
Nice.
Top green,
Another one here.
Where'd he go?
In the back. Dead.
Nice.
Spawn.
Green.
We spawn.
Green.
All spawning mid. All spawning mid.
Some more
He's
green.
scared
Maybe
green, bro.
go
Let's see.
top.
Got me back
Take
alley.
another
Back alley. Back alley, Donnie.
Bottom mid.
I'm seeing back
Nice.
alley, bro. Let's go top green. Back alley, John.
Donnie's on the gen. On the gen.
They spawned
Should we
back
get
now.
him?
They
They
spawned
spawn on
back.
the
He's in the
back. They
back.
spawn on the back.
Can be P5.
Down in the back.
Stash should be bottom
corner.
first after that. Bottom
Bottom
first.
church, last guy. He's short,
think
short,
P5.
down,
Read that,
down,
short
down.
end.
Play some slashes.
I'm
Spawn on
helping
the
you.
back. Spawn on the back.
That's gonna do it for the listening pack. Chris, what did you guys think of the listening? I thought LAG sounded pretty good. A lot of energy in his 4th map. They did not want to lose.
They sound all right, but I think it's. I mean, mainly Asim is the only one that sounds like
Hold on, they
energized.
sound
The rest of
all
them
right,
kind
but
of.
I
Well,
hear
that's
the
kind of how
stress.
Pierce sounds.
You hear the stress in their voice when they're like, "Yo, Donnie, like he's back alley." Like, like you heard that?
I heard
Tell
it,
me I'm
Don.
not making that up. Tell me I'm
Don,
making
I
that up.
heard it. We all heard it,
Donnie,
Don.
he's back alley.
Question for you, Don. This is outside listening. Just some epiphany that I had. Do you stun your teammates in this game, or can you only nade them?
No, you can stun your
You can
teammates.
stun them? No, you don't. I swear you can't stun them. You hurt them though. So like if you throw a stun in their direction, yeah, you do
I was
like a
gonna
lot of you do
They don't get to-
damage, but I swear
Yeah.
you can't stun them.
Oh, that
You don't slow 'em
you
down.
want to just like it just. I just had this epiphany. I'm like, because I just watched this happen right where Slasher was on that tree, and he called out that one of them was going back to their side, so he's getting ready to gunfight, and you, somebody or anyone on the other team throws a stun over the map, and it stuns him, but it definitely like could potentially have stunned his teammate or your teammate, right? But like. It does way more harm to just throw tax. It does way more good to just throw tax like at your teammates, at least stuns, because like
Seattle does.
yeah, because you're stunning the enemy team, but you're not stunning your teammates. You can just
Seattle
throw shit at your
literally
teammates.
Play for that on P1
Yo.
Gabutu. Lamar would be like, "I'm stunning over." He's not nading over. He's
Yo,
stunning
Don.
over.
Yeah,
Austin said he should have said Mr. 9 ping.
Bro, listen, we beat them
Buttle?
on land, so he can't say that.
Oh,
Wait, hold on. Does that
damn.
make sense? You
Yeah,
see
it
what
does
happened?
make
It
sense.
does.
It does
It
make
makes sense.
sense, Don. It
played
does
him
make
on land,
sense.
I was running at him. I played him online. I was running at him.
Still
You know what
running
I'm
at him.
saying? Like, what do you want me to do? Like,
I mean,
what do you want me to do?
I mean, the
Like,
ping didn't
the
seem like it was
game's busted,
affecting
man.
Slasher in this map. He ended up 25 and 12. He was
he was
double
camping.
positive.
He was camping.
He was camping Don. He was just
He
camping
was
corners.
P3, look, bro. P3, he's not moving back secret. Back guy heady.
And you can see Hook as well, 30 and 21. Really big plays coming out for Mr. Hook, Mr. Kyler. Any final thoughts on the map, gentlemen, before we hit the map number 5?
Yeah, Don, I don't want y'all ever playing Tuscan again.
Well, that's one of our best hard points. We have to.
You say that, but you're 3 and 8 on it, and you are.
Pat, if
hey,
you saw us play Berlin Hardpoint, you would actually burst into flames. No bullshit. You would absolutely burst into flames. You'd be like,
Wait,
yo,
wait,
what the
wait.
fuck? Like, yo, what
bro.
the
Wait,
heck? You
hold
just
on,
like,
hold on,
yo,
Pat.
like-
You can't talk about their map count when they come on. Like they're not.
Like, dog, our vetoes are not what's going
they
wrong.
gotta-
Like, I'm
they-
No, that's not what I
telling
meant.
you,
That's not what I
like-
meant. I
They're
was
getting
just saying,
smoked. Of course, they don't have a good
Yeah,
map count. They
yeah.
probably don't have a better map count on any
problem
map
is-
besides one.
The problem is your plus minus is so bad on Tuscan. Like it's
Dog,
bro,
if you saw us play
What other
Berlin,
map?
you would be like, what
Bro,
the fuck is happening?
y'all
What other
been
map could they play?
y'all been outscored 450 points.
What other
Bro,
map
I'm
could?
telling you right now.
Damn.
Yo, that's a setup.
Yo,
You trying to get us to play Berlin? That's a setup.
Yeah, what other map can they
Bro,
play? Berlin? Is that what you're asking?
I'd rather than play Berlin and lose by like 50.
Nah,
Lose by. I mean,
hell
look.
nah.
Listen, at the end of the
Hell
day,
nah.
you're gonna play Bouquet.
No.
That's your bread and butter. Like that's your
That's the
shit.
bread and butter. That's what we
Yeah,
got. We
but-
got a nice chance on that.
But
They're
shit.
both
listen,
coached in a
What
Gavutu
about Tuscan?
team.
We normally do pretty good on Tuscan.
But let's get into the map 5 S&D. I mean, it's going to start with Asim. I mean, you guys had the numbers here, Donnie. You guys had a
He shit on me this
3v2.
round. This is the only gunfight I lost all series. This first round. He
Yeah,
shit
so
on me.
Asim's going to push up the tank. He's going to find one, and then he's also going to find Donnie here in the
He's
back
gonna
tank.
shit on
So
me. He
just-
shit on me.
And
It
then he-
happens, bro. Like
It happens, Don. It
like-
happens. Asim,
That was a
big
tough win.
2v1 situation. Then we get into the next round, and Big P, you guys try to get aggressive here, Don. And Big P finds a big 2-piece right through mid.
What the?
You didn't see that, Don? You didn't see
I'll
that?
trail it. I'll trail it.
Wait though, like why? Yo,
I'll
that's the bomb.
Yeah, chill. Yeah, chill.
That was the bomb, Don. That was the
Oh,
bomb.
Yeah, chill. Yeah.
That
Look
was
at where
fun.
you guys are. What? Oh, your team was playing a 2v2 S&D, no bullshit.
Chill, yeah.
Yeah, it was really good plays coming out of LAG.
Yo, that's actually in the base though. Like Enable had some bad ones. Where
Oh shit!
yeah,
Don, you're frying. Don,
Running
you're
at
frying,
'em.
baby.
Running at him.
Man.
Get a trade.
They gotta shoot you in the back.
Don, your whole,
Like he aged
Don,
20 years.
your whole team was dead. Don, how are they gonna get trades when you're the last one off?
Jesus.
And then we get into the next couple rounds. LAG is gonna go up 2-0, but you guys bounce back here. A big hold out of you guys on a defense. It starts with Donnie getting the first blood up top here. He's gonna catch one slipping. Looks like Asim got a little overzealous there. Jimbo's gonna get a big trade there. 4v2 situation
Someone
instantly.
else for sure.
He thought he was it was
did not
somebody
think that
else.
was
He didn't
me.
know it
He
was
did not
you,
think that
Don.
was me.
He messed up, Don.
The
He
scouting
messed
report
up.
said I was in the back of my spawn, but like I was top house. He thought it was someone else for sure.
Yeah, you guys were able to win the defense, and then you guys go on to the offense, and you guys were able to clutch this one up as well. Just a little slow play towards A. I feel like it's a good thing to slow it down sometimes on both cage. Slow it down, work some picks, and that's what you guys did. You broke down LAG setup. You were able to find some picks. It starts with Jimbo finding this first blood. Then Donnie, you're going to pick one up, and you guys just like that are in a 4v1 situation. Well, Jimbo didn't get the first blood, but he picked up a big the second kill on the site. Big plays coming out of him. You guys are going to tie this up at 2. Good job out of you guys. And then we go into the later half in this game, and this is kind of where LAG just started taking over. We go into the 2-2 round, and this is where LAG, they ran the body system in this round. They stayed very close together. They were holding each other's hands. And they're going to work that A-bomb site. It's going to start with Gunless and Slasher over here by these tanks. It's going to start with Slasher finding one. They're going to work some trades, good plays. They're working really well off each other, man. Gunless and Slasher, they were doing good work there over towards that A side. And then you can see the 2v2 situation. They're going to break your ankles a little bit. LAG, they're going to rotate over towards the B site. Paris has no idea where they're at. And just like that.
That's cap.
You didn't know they were there, Don?
We got nervous.
But you
we knew where they were at.
Nah, Don, you're looking in the wrong direction. Look, both of them are looking in the wrong direction, Don.
I'm telling you right now, listen, we knew where they were at in the situation. Me and John are dead calling it out.
You sure,
this was
Don?
a breakdown.
So do you think, did they black out? Did they black, if you were calling it out?
We broke down right here.
Oh, man, Don, you guys are breaking down every map, Don. You break it down every map.
Right there, that was one of the worst nervous ones. We're like, yo, he's under you. Yo. He's right there.
Bro.
Shoot him. Shoot him in the side, like where he's Bro, Tom, he was breaking the fucking map apart. Like,
yeah, he was.
He was literally moving. We're like, yo, right under you. Go.
Hey, then you guys get into the next round in LAG. They work a really good offense, or defense, excuse me. They decide to get aggressive on their defense. They work some kills, really big plays coming out of them. And then we get into the 4-2 round. Slasher almost with a 1v3. Off the rip, it's Tom and Temp who are going to find some kills. Go ahead, Pat. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna ask if you can skip to where Slasher killed John. Don, did somebody call for John to get to Gravity? Is that why he just booked it and bounced out?
I gotta see the play.
So Slasher's going to find one here. And then John gets caught here. John gets caught.
I didn't say nothing. I just called out Austin. I died to Austin. I just called him out. And then that was their play. Like that was their play.
Yeah, so you can see John's going to get picked out. Austin's left in a 1v1, but Tom, he's going to stay alive on his tank, and he's going to hit some nice shots. Good shots here out of Tom, though. Really good shots. Great shots coming out from Mr. Tom Gravity. And then after that, this is kind of where LAG, they roll away with it. They were able to take a couple rounds here. It was the patience from LAG in this round. They weren't giving you anything, Don. Nothing. No picks, no nothing. I could tell you guys are trying to work a pick and trying to play slow a little bit. But LAG, they just sat in. Their patience paid off this round. It's going to start with Slasher. He's going to get a lot of information here. And instead of ego chowing and going rogue, Slasher's going to get him tagged up. He's going to play his life. And now Paris is going to have to double back and try and make something happen here. But there's really nowhere for them to go. It's going to start with Slasher finding that first blood across the map. He's going to find somebody middle. That's going to be you, Don. Good shots coming out of Slasher. And then once it's a 4v3 situation with 30 seconds left, Paris can't really do much. And then we get into the next round. It's going to be a 5-3 round? It's the 5-3 round. This is where Paris was able to win a round. It was a good retake from you guys here, Don. Good retake onto the A side. You can see LAG, they initially go towards B. They get a kill, 4v3 situation for Paris. They were able to find a first blood. Make that a 2v4 now, and then you guys are able to retake this. I'm not sure what Asim was doing there. It looked like his controller died. But Asim goes down right there. And then Slash is left in a 1v4. Really nothing he can do.
That's back-to-back days when people play against y'all. Their controllers died.
Yeah, I just controller died yesterday.
The Hydra one was bizarre, bro. That one yesterday was bizarre, bro.
Nah, I think he might have been trolling yesterday. He might have been trolling. And then we get into the next round. This is where LAG was able to close it out. Gunless is gonna find a big first blood, and then you can see the routes coming in from LAG. Paris is gonna full hit A, and LAG is just gonna push right through B. So good heads up play out of them. Slash is gonna get aggressive on that flank, and he's gonna pop a big 2-piece to close this one out. So really, really good plays from the Los Angeles Guerrillas here in this map number 5. Austin or Gunless is going to win the 1v1. Got a little scary towards the end, but John almost clutched the 1v3.
John actually probably would have clutched that, but I was low-key backseat gaming right there. I hold him.
You hold him down? What'd you say to him?
I think I low-key hold him, bro.
What'd you say?
I low-key hold John
What'd you say to him, Don?
I gotta just let that be known.
What did you say,
I
though,
was like, bro, you got 15 seconds. Like, low-key try to, like, speed this up a little bit.
Nah, he had to speed it up, though.
But he had to,
yeah. But, like, the way he was playing it, if I just shut the fuck up, I think he actually would have killed him for free.
Well,
I just thought Pierce would have run. We knew where Pierce was. We saw him. But I was like, yo, I saw him, right? So I'm like, yo, he's P2, he's P2, da da da. Like, you saw him front. He's like, I know. I should just shut the fuck up when he said I know. But I low-key, the way he was playing it, it didn't make sense to me, but he would have won it. No bullshit.
I wish he would have went roof. No bullshit.
He low-key would have won that shit, and then it would have been round 11.
Oh, it was big plays from Slasher and Gunless. They both have double digis. So really good plays out of them in the map number 5. LAG, they've been struggling. They're going up against Paris Legion, who wasn't the best team. No offense, Don. They haven't been the best. But LAG was able to squeak out a win here today in the map number 5.
And the thing about LAG too is like they've been horrible, and they also haven't been getting to map 5. But like when they get map 5, they play pretty well. They have I think a 6-3 win-loss map 5. Don, your guys 2-5 game 5s, but.
Damn.
I'm just saying, like when they get game 5, like I do have a little faith in LAG, but I don't have faith in them to get it there. So
yeah,
they definitely gotta improve.
But let's get into the next one, the one everybody's been waiting for. We got Atlanta FaZe going up against Optic Texas, Gav Hardpoint, Bocage S&D, Berlin Control, Berlin Hardpoint, Tuscan S&D. Atlanta FaZe are yet to win a match versus Optic this year going into this match, and they also lost this one today without winning a single respawn. Chris, Pat, I'll throw it over to you guys for the vetoes and give me your initial thoughts. Give me your initial thoughts on the match.
I'm not surprised.
Yo, it's good.
What's going on, eh? What's going on with you? Oh, shit. Shotzzy has entered the flank, ladies and gentlemen. Shotzzy is here. What's going on, eh? How you doing today? Good win, bro.
Appreciate it. I'm doing good.
There we go. Got it.
I'm feeling really good.
Well, you came at a good time. Pat and Chris were about to give their initial thoughts to the series. Pat, we'll kick it off with you.
Yeah, I mean, this series, I didn't really tell me much, Tom, to be honest with you. Like we said, I mean, Optic's still playing with a substitute who, to be honest, carried them today, right? Like, Optic, to be honest with you, I didn't think Optic looked good. I thought ProLoot looked good today, but Shotzzy, Seth, actually nothing impressive, to be honest, coming from, any of them. Without ProLoot, who knows what would have happened. So, yeah, I don't know. I think FaZe is still kind of playing the long con here, right? Like, this is just a qualifier match. Not that big of a deal. We got the
Pat, they're 0-5. Pat, they're 0-5. They have not beaten this team.
Tom, long cons can play out over the course of months or a year. Like, you can't really say, like, in the short term what's going on. So, like I said, at the end of the day, we'll see what happens toward the end of the year. The last couple majors and champs and whatnot. So not concerned for the FaZe boys. I think they just had, a couple poor performances out of them. Alec didn't have a great series. Simp didn't have a great series. But like I said, without ProLoot, who knows where this series would have went.
All right, Chris, you want to take this one or do you want me to take this one?
I'm not surprised. Listen, bro, I've been said that FaZe just got a mental block or something, but I don't even know if it's a mental block. Optic is just, a better team right now, even with ProLoot. ProLoot played phenomenal. But on top of that, you got to think, outside of, just the result, like this has got to hurt FaZe because FaZe tried some different strategies. They tried mixing up the map pool. So, this is the first time I think both teams matched up on what Bocage S&D and like what Berlin Hardpoint. Like they tried some different shit and that shit did not work. They got Kentucky fried by fucking the rookie dude in ProLoot.
Yeah. ProLoot played great today, man. He looked so good. I'm
not surprised. I said this. I'm like, this guy has a lot to prove. He plays with confidence. He's got swagger and like he's a smart guy. And I was like, yo, this guy's gonna play hella good in S&D, but he didn't even play like that incredible in S&D. He played phenomenal in the respawn. So like credit to Optic's system. they made it a lot easier for him to perform. But he's doing his thing, dude.
Yeah.
I'm really happy for him. I'm proud of him.
No, and this is where Optic was able to build a little bit of a lead. They got a full 60 on this P4, so just a really good hold from them. And then going into the P5, this was just a good place from Optic. They were able to keep this one mixy. It was FaZe who rotated here first, but just getting those tags in there and just constant pressure on the hill. FaZe wasn't really able to lock up any time. You can see here just skipping through it. The hill was mostly white. Optic was able to pick up that last 20. It's going to be FaZe who bring it all the way back to that P1 rotation. And then with that second P1, it was FaZe who were able to bring this one back. And during that time, there was an Optic Texas listening. So let's tune into the listening and see how the boys are coming.
What could be green light? Could be green light.
Dead. He's outer. He's
Outer cell. He's on. He's our side time.
One is green now, and one's ahead of you as well. One is in the thing.
One could bump.
Yeah, one is in the bump for sure. Yeah, we should go right here. Try to go right.
I'm holding the bump.
Guys,
Yeah, he's already on rock cell.
Wait.
I'll look at the picture.
What's your plus? He's on the low tank. I'm the low tank cell.
Yo, our ramp, and
One's outer.
I'll put you in low beach cell. That's fine. That's perfect. That's perfect. One's low beach cell. He's on the deep side. Yeah, but I'll real with you.
Yo, 2 mid steps.
There you know. I'm waiting. I was low beach. Hold nothing. That was low beach as well. I'm pushing out low cliff.
Good listening from the boys. A lot of energy. No Chris, no Pat.
No, they sound good, bro. One thing I learned about FaZe is like we've been having this theme like whenever we have these conversations about just this game in general is like kill efficiency. Even FaZe sometimes like lacks that, bro, where they're like they'll get kills or they'll know where like a team is coming from, but they'll just mismanage like the timing of like be like, okay, I can get to this spot and maybe like potentially like get into a power spot before Optic, like gets to the area, and they'll just be sitting there like waiting like way too long. And I feel like that cost them a lot versus a team like Optic who makes a lot of quick decisions. Like especially we talk about Shotzzy, right? He's in the call right now, how he just is so good at like getting a kill and like just creating space and like doing stuff with his kills. And I feel like that's something that even FaZe lacks at this point in Vanguard at least.
Yeah, no, speaking of Atlanta FaZe, we got to listening from them as well. They did back-to-back listening, so let's tune into FaZe.
He's on the Rockies.
I'm going deep left.
I'm more mid right now.
Yeah, up top of that. Nice.
Covering. Good job, dude.
Let's go.
I have ring.
Yeah, I have time. What's on their hole already? Pro
Sure.
I can time. My mid's open.
You want to
My mid's open. I think let her think.
Yo, Shotzzy on the steps.
I have
Try and play on top.
Shotzy's in ring, going
I
right.
have Tubbo right now.
Are you stepping?
Oil, shot me on time, guys.
Okay.
Damn. Hey, Tubbo went oil.
Play on top.
I'll see your steps.
Just kill that kill.
Yeah, pro that side point.
Look at mid for a second. I was thinking mid.
Yo, kill me under. Good. Last kill was ring.
No idea what MC just said right there.
That was bad.
I'll bring Shotzzy.
Let's push you hold, yeah?
Bro, you know what's funny? To confirm the statement I said, for example, this happens to a lot of people in COD. I'm sorry,
Pause
cutting into the listening.
Yeah, let it finish out. Hold on.
Go.
You good, Chris?
I'll team new. I jumped the
Going around, Chris. They're going around.
deep.
All right, Chris, go ahead. What were we going to say?
I was gonna say to further confirm that statement, did you see like when they got certain kills, right? They got that like wipe initially, and somebody gets on the hill and like says he's already at their door. Like it's almost like they're surprised, right? Like they're not prepared. It's like one of those things where they're mismanaging like timing or like not fully like aware and like prepared for certain engagements. And I feel like that fucks them a lot versus this team because they're so good at like catching timings, getting pushed up on the map, finding openings to like get pressure. Like I feel like that further like confirms like my statement because it literally just happened after we talked about it. So I don't know, it was just kind of funny.
I mean, FaZe met their match, man. They met their match this year.
I just got back, by the way. Did you guys ask me a question?
Nah, but you came at a very good time because I think you should have got the kill right here. So you take the long route and you take the long route here. You go all the way around the left. And you made a really good play. Route man gets paid. You're taking the route. You're doing what you need to do. And then you get pushed up tower here. You ended up leaving the kill, but I thought maybe getting the kill might have helped you. Once Proloot spawned there, I thought you were just gonna get the kill, but then you ended up jumping out.
Yeah, no, 100%. I literally went top tower and then I saw him, but then Byron spawned before like he went back to like this alley or whatever.
Yeah.
But I thought like I didn't flip the spawns yet. That's why I didn't kill him right away.
Yeah.
But once I realized
it was a good play, though.
Flip, then I killed him.
It was a good play. Initially I was like, okay, you're making a play. Now you didn't get the kill, and I saw what you were trying to do, but maybe getting the kill probably would have been better there. But it was a good attempt, and then it really didn't matter in the end. FaZe was able to break into this P4. You guys were able to make it a little bit mixy. You got in there to the front, and then after this, I mean, it was the Proloot show. FaZe was able to get some of his time. Huh?
That's what I was trying to say when I first kicked it
off.
Oh,
yeah.
It's just a prelude show.
Well, I mean, he kicked up here. He really kicked up. And it starts with him. He's going to get a big 2-piece, make that a 3-piece. Once he gets his 3-piece, that's going to give him that bow control. He's going to kill MC here. That's going to clean wipe. He wipes the whole Atlanta FaZe squad out. And then he just sits here. He's in a good spot. He has bow control, and he has the cross to hill. There's really not much FaZe can do. Prolude's going to pick up kill after kill after kill. And then the good heads-up play out of Prolude as well is after he picks up all these kills, not only does he get the kills, but he rotates back to P1, and he picks up even more kills going into P1. Damn. Yeah, Prolude was having a day.
I didn't realize he did that.
I don't know if you watched it back yet, Ant, but he was going rogue. He was making plays here. He dropped, he was on a fucking 7 or 8 spree. He ends up falling, but he got you guys that P1 rotation, and then you guys were able to lock up the rest of this time. And secure the map. Pat, Chris, I'll give it to you. Final thoughts on the first map. Optic came out strong.
Yeah, Optic did come out strong. I was surprised. I was surprised that they were like at least going to take the first map. I thought if they were going to win the series, it was going to be off the back of like just S&Ds, but like their respawn like was phenomenal this series.
Yeah, Pat, any final thoughts?
Nah, not much other than what we already said.
Okay, so we get into it. You see the guys getting hyped after the first map. We could take a look at the scoreboard a little bit, see who's doing well. BZ was kicking up a little bit during that map. He started to really catch fire, but it was our season Simp who kind of struggled in the first one.
Were you talking shit after this map?
Nah, I was like, let's talk yo.
No one was talking shit.
Nah, we
at
never
the first
shit.
map, no one.
Nah,
I don't believe that, bro.
You don't believe it now? You're not believing it?
Yo, release the fucking comms. Release the comms.
Nah, last time they did that.
First map? What was that?
Holy fuck! I'm having fucking get your boys. We're nasty.
Though.
He said, yeah, good shit, boy.
A little bit. Like, not talking
Not really.
shit.
He said good shit to his teammates. That's not talking shit.
That's self-gas. That's self-gas.
Yeah.
It was just self-gas. Okay.
Listen, we know exactly what happened in that call. You guys were definitely talking shit. We know what was going on in there. We know what was happening there.
First map? No. Once you win the series, like, then
what about second map? What about second map? Were you talking shit?
I was like, holy fuck, I just got shit on. Like, I mean, say that. I had a bad search map. That's what I was thinking. I mean, we definitely chucked them up for 100%.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, we can skip through to the last couple rounds because that's where I feel like you guys are throwing rounds. But I felt like you guys could have maybe won this one as well. There were a couple rounds. There's a couple rounds that you guys threw away. But what was it in the book KJSND that you think you guys were doing wrong from your POV?
Just our situationals. Like we were really like overthinking, I guess you could say, just because like we were making play calls, but then like it would take way too long to like actually do what we said, and I feel like that was like our biggest fucking thing like in the map.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Like, if we fixed that up, like we would have easily, because we went up 3-1, and then after we went up 3-1, like you'll see in our situationals that like we're just doing everything really, really slow.
Yeah.
And usually we're not like that.
And then we get into the 1-run round. This is where Polo wins a big 1-on-1 against Simp. Simp went a little rogue here in the 1v1. Multiple trades are going down mid-map. That was actually the story of this map. A lot of trading, a lot of trades, a lot of aggression, and you can see Prolu left in a 1v1 with Simp. They're going to spot each other. Simp's actually going to tag him up here, and then he just kind of jumps at him with a pistol. But I would have liked to see Simp maybe just chill, reload. And you know what I'm saying? Yeah. He went a little rogue right there.
His ego challenge for sure.
Yeah, definitely went a little nuts there. And then we go into the 2v1 round, or the 2-1 round. And this is a round where Dashy was able to find a first blood off the rip. Where did he find the first blood? Dashy makes a play, finds the first blood, top barn. He's able to find somebody B-side, so good plays coming out of Big Brucey. And then you guys start working the map a little bit. FaZe are starting to make plays. They're starting to get aggro. You guys bring this bomb over towards the B site. Multiple trades go down, and just like that, you guys are able to win that one. And then I want to take this all the way to the 4-5 round, because this is the round where MC just caked up. And this is the round you guys have to win. This one right here. You guys probably, the 4-5, nah, this is where you guys probably should have won.
The 3v2?
Yeah, the 3v2 here.
Yeah. This is like the plays that I'm talking about. Like this would never happen if like we're on our A game.
Yeah, right here, it was just MC who made the plays. First, you guys do a good job getting blood A side, and then you guys rotate it back, and you did juke FaZe here. They had no idea you guys are B. So broke some ankles. Then it's going to start with Scump here in the middle of the map. And then, did Seth see him here? Did he see him? He didn't see him, right?
If you look at the cam, like,
I knew he didn't see him.
Minimap. So look, if you look at his eyes, he looks in the minimap, but like the cam's delayed, so it doesn't
oh,
seem
you're
like...
right. He did look at the minimap. What the fuck?
Yeah. And then I wasn't on the screen. I was like rotating through like Brandon and Byron.
That's crazy. That's actually insane. That split second of him looking at the mini map. I mean, because if he would have saw MC there, they would have been able to single him out. But go ahead, Pat.
It sounds like an excuse to me, Tom. I just think that Oakley, though, I think he's sponsored by Oakley, right? He might want to.
He's sponsored by Oakley. He is, Pat.
Got a different brand because the bifocals blocking his
You
vision.
think that's an excuse?
That was,
you never seen the clip of Embos? You never seen the clip of Embos watching the cross in Ghost and he blinked when the guy crossed? Yeah, you ever see that?
That's a blink though. That happens.
Dude, Pat is annoyed, dude. This guy's annoyed. But FaZe are somehow able to clutch up the 2v3, and it starts with MC just winning a big 1v1 onto Dashy here. He's just gonna jump the corner and kill Dashy, and then Prolude's just gonna be stuck on bomb. He has no help. 2v1 situation. Scump can't really do anything. He has to check the bomb, so he's gonna jump out. And good patience from MC to take him out or take him down. That's going to be the only map that FaZe wins. Simp 11-7, really big map from him. The rest of them negative and even. So Simp had a really, really good map. So shout out to him. On the other side, Scump was 9-8. Actually, you guys actually had a pretty good stat line. Only one negative from Optic was you, unfortunately. But what do you guys know?
FaZe literally went backwards, bro. They went from not being able to win S&D to winning it only S&D.
Yeah.
Wait. If you look at that last round, isn't it kind of ballsy that like whoever like I don't know, I think it was the guy mid street like didn't hop it right away.
He didn't hop it right away?
Because I thought like they would literally just have one guy on bomb and then the other guy just watch a room.
You're talking about the 4-5 round?
Yeah, but instead they literally hop it like until they kill Seth.
I
feel like that was so risky.
Well, I think you were right to assume that, but I think it was a 200 IQ play out of them. I think they knew that's what you would anticipate them to do.
That is right.
And that's why they made that play. It was heads up. It was risky, but it was heads up.
Yeah,
and it was round 9. It was round 10, so they could take that risk.
Yeah, I mean they had another round to work with, and they didn't have numbers there. Optic had the numbers, so at that point they have to make a play. Good plays. But it's okay, Ant, because you kicked up the next 2 maps. The whole team kicked up. To be honest, we get into the Berlin Control, back-to-back offensive wins in Berlin Control. This is the only map in Control where I feel like offense might be the better side. What do you think, Pat and Chris? You think offense is better? I know Zinni was talking about this last week.
The win percentage is like 99 or 97% or whatever it is.
Is it actually 97%?
No, I'm sorry. Not for the. Let me find it. I had it yesterday.
You're good.
I say yesterday. Oh, the A cap. The A cap is like 90.
Oh
99%.
yeah,
so you're guaranteeing to get like the A
right.
cap.
That makes sense.
It definitely feels like offense is easier, but I still see a lot of teams playing defense kind of wrong. And, you know, the teams that do play defense.
Well, we're going to talk about it here, Chris, because Optic did your strat, but I just want to show people kind of how FaZe was able to win their first offense. It's going to start with a big pinch from Abizi. MC's going to win a big fight in the base. FaZe win all the fights front, and then you also have Abizi who took the long route. So FaZe winning all the fights, plus Abizi taking that long route on that pinch. He's going to kind of pin Optic back into their base, and then he's going to come back and stack the point. So really good plays coming out from Abizi and the FaZe boys here early on in the Berlin Control. Was looking pretty good for them. But then we get into the next offensive round. Go ahead, Pat. You're good.
I was going to say, yeah. So offense win percentage on Berlin is 48.8, so basically 49.
Like half and half.
Defense is 51, yes. But like Gavutu is 80-20. So like, and Tuscan's 75-25. So that's still a massive disparity between the 2 or 3 control maps.
Yeah, and I think it's just because of the spawns, right? Like Optic, right off the rip of this offense. I mean, they get a clean wipe, and FaZe they're instantly just spawning back fire. And if you stack the point, I mean, FaZe pretty much have to rely on hitting tacks and flooding through 2 doorways, or maybe doing a little window jump. But I mean,
think there's no way to nade them out of this point.
There's too many corners. There's too many corners.
There's no way to nade them out, and that's why it's so good or so hard.
And then Dashy goes fucking rogue here. Dashy picks up a big 3-piece, and then once you guys get B, I mean, this is pretty much a wrap. You guys get B. You guys are able to win the offense right back. And we can kind of see how you guys are able to get A. A is so easy. Go ahead, Don.
I have a question for Ant. Do you feel like you guys are a little bit ahead on, like, I know you don't want to expose some shit, but I'm bringing it up. Like, you guys are a little ahead on, like, the gun switching meta. Like, it kind of was at the end of MW.
Nah, some teams are doing that, Don. Sib's been doing that.
I feel like they are the ones who have it down the most. Like, I feel like you see, like, bro, on Bocage P5, bro, if you guys are, like locked in, you guys literally had 4 ARs out on Bocage P5. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he's laughing, Don. You got him.
Bro, like,
we got him.
Are you guys focusing on that? Are you guys focusing on that? Like,
of course.
Okay, yeah.
That's
what it feels like. Like, bro, you guys have 4 ARs on Bocage P5. Like, we're not breaking. Like, you're just not breaking the hill.
You
like,
just holding arms, bro. That's all you're doing.
Everyone on the other team has a whole cup by themselves. Like, there's nothing you could do. Like, I feel like you guys did that on the Berlin Control today, and it was just like, I saw Scump. Scump was like 19-9 AR. Like you guys had 3 ARs. You're just closing the distance, just fucking 3-shotting people. Like,
yep. You guys are doing it right, Chris.
Look
I'm
at
gonna
this
throw it over to you, Chris. Why don't you tell everybody this setup? You've been
Look at
talking
this
about
setup,
this,
bro.
but this is
Wait,
beautiful from Optic
wait,
Text. It's
well,
beautiful.
you guys definitely aren't smart enough to come up with this on your own, but this is what I've been telling people to do. You just
But
stack
you said
this
they
shit.
are or they are?
They are definitely
okay.
smart enough to
I
do
thought you
it.
said they aren't.
No, I thought
I was like,
yo, y'all
I was like, wait,
definitely
hold on.
are.
No,
I was
I
like, there's no way Rambo
I've
can't come
said
up
they
with this.
are.
Like,
I said they are, but I've been said this shit. I'm like, bro, you literally.
I'm sure teams are already doing this before you said it.
I mean, I literally
teams.
talked about it the first day that we even watched this match on stream. But like the whole point was, like, if you think about it, on the offensive end, whenever you get a team that's like flooding through that area of the map, you know, isn't it like really hard for them to like get in? So why not just force the offensive team to like basically go in that direction, if not run into your entire team? So it's like it's the same concept. You're just forcing them into the worst possible lane on the hill, and it works, and like on the objective, and it works. It's really godlike. The thing that people will end up doing now is they'll start adjusting, and they'll start trying to find ways to kind of like almost like juke out the players, like trying to do a setup like this. But I mean, people
They do it again too, Chris.
Yet,
Look,
so.
they keep doing it. Like even after they did it the first time and they died, when they came off spawn and got kills, they did the same thing. They set it up again.
It's the best because it's the best shit.
Yeah.
Because even if they get kills, like even if they get a kill or two, right? Assuming most of the time they're gonna go traded, like because you're all grouped up. So even if those kills get traded, the lingering players they just spawn into they get spawned into a sandwich by like the your team. They spawn up and then they're sandwiched on that platform area. They can't do anything. So it's just the best setup, dude. It's the best way to play it. Props to Optic for actually doing it, and I guess proving my theory right, because like that shit was absurd. Like FaZe was feeling it.
Yep.
Like,
And then we could talk about this individual play from you, Ant. This is a really good play. I don't know if you know this, Ant, but by you doing this, you guys got 1 tick, and that secured you guys the overtime defense. I don't know if you knew that, but you guys would have defense if it went to the overtime from this play. Because you made this 2-piece little credit angle out of you. All those
look at me spawn. They don't show me spawn killing him.
Nah, they don't show it. What, you jump in the window? Yeah, you jumped in the window. So you jump in the window, you get another one, and that's gonna allow your teammates to get onto this point. That 1 tick comes in, and that's a big tick, man. Getting 1 tick on B is huge. It saves you some time for the stacks, and it also secured you guys a defense. But you guys didn't need the defense because you guys were able to cap A here, and then somehow you guys were able to work through B. And it looks like it started from a little pinch coming in from ProLoot. He was getting really aggressive here, ProLoot, through the middle of the map. It seems like that's what a lot of people do, trying to break this B point. They get aggressive mid, or they got to get the kills front. But good plays coming out of ProLoot.
Also had some terrible timing here. Let this guy get through. If you watched it,
you can see a Beezy. He's trying to go rogue. He was the last one up, but ProLoot making that play through the middle of the map. He continues to rain hell onto these FaZe guys, and Optic is just gonna stack the point. And just like that, Optic Texas go up 2-1 in the series. Take a look at the final scoreboard: 28-11 from ProLoot. Jesus Christ!
ProLoot show.
Jeez, they were all playing well. I mean, 22-17 from Shotzzy, 23-13 from Scump. 16-13, everybody positive. Go ahead, Pat. Everybody negative from FaZe too. They're getting shit on bad.
I think this is the only game mode that Optic has an edge on FaZe is control. I think it's the only thing that they have an edge on. No. You saw it happen today. Clutch City, iced up. But
okay, all right.
I think control is the only game mode that Optic has an edge on FaZe. Currently, I should say, because in the 5 matches they've played so far, they've won all 5 controls, and I think that's the. We always talk about swing modes. Like, I think right now, currently in Vanguard, that's really the only difference maker. I think
FaZe could have won a search until like today.
Yeah, FaZe are terrible at search.
Listen, you're only as good until your last, baby. And
today they lost.
FaZe's S&D has been terrible.
And right now, they went off on a dub in S&D. And by the way, if you go to my Twitter, we got an H tweet. FaZe. And still the #1 team in the CDL standings. Let me remind you. And still #1. But anyway, I think S&D Hardpoint, it's a coin flip between these 2 teams. Like I said, I still think FaZe best team in the game, but I think Optic does have the advantage in control currently. I just want to put that out there.
I mean, that is a good set though. That Optic has won every control. Go ahead.
Are you
Go
the
ahead,
best
Don.
player in the game?
Because Donnie's a new co-host over here, man. He's asking the good questions.
Best player. I mean, you could argue like a lot of people. But
are you the best player in the game, bro? Yes or no? It's either yes or no. Yes or no.
Well, listen to this.
Yes or no?
I'm the most impactful. I'll say that right now.
Yes or no?
You definitely are the most impactful.
So yeah,
for sure.
so you're the best
I mean,
player.
most impactful.
Yes or no?
1,000,000%.
Yes or no?
I will say that.
Yeah, it's because Shotzzy gets
Shotzzy
gets a kill and doesn't get traded like 99% of the time.
He's trying to beat around. Yo, are you the best player
He's
in the
being
game?
humble, Don. He's being humble, bro.
Oh shit, one time, bro. One time. I'm baiting you into it, bro. You can blame me.
Well, then you can see.
Yes, I say yes, bro. I say yes, bro. This guy's delusional. This guy's got the chain poking out. He's got the fresh cut. Yo, this guy's challenging everything.
And then you can see here, FaZe was finally able to lock down some time. This was Optic dominance in the fourth map. Dominance. They come out hot. They go up to like a 70-point lead off the rip. It wasn't until this P4 where FaZe was able to get a little bit of time, but it was you guys who were able to pick up some scrap there, and then you guys also rotate to that P5. And you guys chained the P1 here, so this is kind of where Optic started to peel away. But Salium started to tee up. And I don't know about you guys, Chris and Pat and Don and all you guys, but this guy MC is different, man. This guy's good. This guy's really good. I feel like he's definitely...
If Shotzzy teamed, I'd literally fucking...
If Shotzzy...
I don't want to say it. No, I don't want to say it.
Right now.
Oh, somebody had 0 seconds. It's oh man. Does it matter? They're up 70 points, Don. They're up 70.
It doesn't matter.
Nah, it does matter, because bro.
No. Pick the rocks up.
First, Don. Let me tell you something, Don. Let me tell you something, though, Don. If you're playing with Shotzzy, are you telling Ant to get in the hill? Or are you telling him to run out that motherfucker? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely not.
I don't give a fuck if you got 0 seconds. You know, who gives a fuck? And then Optic was able to lock down some time here on his P1. It was probably doing a good job kind of pushing out the front here and kind of funneling FaZe into the outskirts of the map. But it was MC and Simp who were able to break on in and lock down some time. And it wasn't until the second P3, which is where I thought FaZe had an opportunity here to bring this one back, but you guys somehow worked the break. We go into this P2 hard point. You can see FaZe, they locked down most of the time here. You guys continue to push scrap. And FaZe is setting up for that next hard point. I'm thinking right here, FaZe can get a good hold. They can bring this one back and maybe tie it up. But again, it's Shotzzy making the heads up play. He's going to get pushed up into fire. He's going to play a little corner here, and he's going to find one. He's going to open things up, and then he's going to regroup with his teammates up front and come to the front. I like that, Ant. You get your first blood, and then you dip back.
Play call. You like that play call?
That was a good play call. You came back to front with Scump. That was really good plays. Really good plays right there.
What were they doing, though? Like, why didn't they?
Yeah, I'm not sure what... Chris, break it down. What did FaZe do wrong here on this rotation?
I got to see this. I
just don't know why they're pushing. With 4 seconds left, I just don't know where Alex... I don't think Alex should be going. I don't think he should be pushing.
I don't mind Alex trying to get fire control.
You don't mind it? I think he should just chill. I think he should just chill.
This is fine for now, but once Shotzzy gets the kill here, I got to see what happens here. Like... Play it out.
The only thing you have to do is on this hill, Chris, is just hold the street. Just watch the back.
I get it. But like, that's not the worst play in the world. But like, right here, they just let this guy in hill just take a one. Like the number 5 should have been edging over towards him like sooner. Like he just let this guy get isolated like for no reason.
I just think FaZe should hold the street and just hold their lanes in hill, because Optic can only come through front door and side door.
You're right, but like I don't mind somebody trying to get fire. It's more so like as soon as Shotzzy dies, number 5 needs to be like, I gotta go help my teammate. Like instead, I think he's sat. Oh, I mean, well, that's fine. I'm just saying.
They're chalked right now.
I'm just saying in general, like number 5 should have came and helped him. Like after he just kind of sat there and did nothing.
Oh, they just ran through the front.
And then exactly. I don't know if Miles.
Number 5 was just sitting on the street.
I don't know if Miles trolled us here, but Miles said that Shotzzy spawned here in the middle in the glide bomb, but I think he spawned before.
I did.
Yeah, you did.
Whoa.
But he spawned not. But he.
Yes.
That was interesting.
No bullshit.
Interesting spawns. Interesting spawn. Shotzzy's going to spawn up right there. I mean, you can see FaZe are going to get one. You can even see a BZ pushing the back out. And you're thinking here, I'm guessing that FaZe was crossing lines here. I thought they were fine. And I thought Ant was going to spawn out. But Ant spawns on the hill. He legit spawns on the hill.
I definitely got blessed, 100%.
That's unreadable, bro.
That's unreadable, but the reason why it happened is because they still had hill control, so they spawned there. But as soon as the guy in hill died, you see one of the Optic players spawn out.
Wow.
Yeah. No, they.
That's unreadable, but like, that's why is what I'm trying to tell you.
Whole time, bro.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
That's unreadable.
Wait. You know. Wait. That's actually a fact though, Don. Like this game spawn system is actually like that. It's not that black and white, or it's more black and white in other games. Like this game, if you have the scoreboard up and you know exactly where these players are dying, you could read it, but like that's not possible.
It's not possible.
It's literally not fucking possible to do in game. Like these guys think like you're fucking geniuses. Like it's impossible, man.
Yeah, and then you can see Optic.
System we've ever seen. Facts.
It's the worst.
This is the worst.
There's no debate.
I mean, I'm gonna straight out say Vanguard is the worst COD we've ever played competitively. I mean, trying to break it down.
This game is fun.
No, I'm not saying it's not fun. I'm not saying it's not fun. It is a fun game to play. I'm just saying it doesn't make sense half the time. Like some of the things you see just doesn't make any sense.
IW was a fun game too.
Your
definition
was a really
fun game.
Your definition of fun isn't everybody else's. Like yeah,
it's not horrible.
It was the worst jetpack title.
It might be fun for some people to slide cancel World Star Chow, but you know some other people have fun playing like a competitive title that's like not Fugaze.
I kind of like the gun balance in IW though. I like that there was a middle gun, like a K bar and an MV4 and an E-Rad. Like that was kind of lit. But you can see Optic, they're gonna close it out. You can see Veli and Alley Cat throwing fucking cash. Where the fuck is Nameless? Where the fuck?
He popped up in the beginning.
Where the fuck is this fucking guy Nameless? He popped up in the beginning. Where is this guy? Let's see Nameless pop up out of nowhere. This fucking guy. Look at him.
He was at the very beginning.
Alley and Veli, Nameless popping out from under the camera. These fools are having a good ass time on the desk, man. They're having a fantastic time. Where are they right now? Like where? They're in Columbus. Is that where they are? Okay.
At the Esports Engine Studio or whatever they want to call it.
I would take a look at the final scoreboard. It was Salium 32 and 20. Only one from FaZe positive, and he was frying too. He wasn't just positive. He was frying. 32 and 20, trying to do everything he can, but it just wasn't enough. Everybody from Optic pulling their weight. It was Shotzzy 31 and 24 leading the way. Hey, Chris, pal, I'll let you give your final thoughts. What did you think about the series?
FaZe got waxed.
They got waxed, man. They got waxed.
They got waxed, bro. Like it is what it is. They went and won S&D, which they couldn't win before, and then they tried some strategies playing new maps that they haven't played Optic on yet. It didn't fucking help them. All I'm saying is Shotzzy on fucking Berlin is dangerous because if he gets a kill, bro, like in the apartments or like anywhere on the map, he's gone. Like he's a ghost on the map. Like I would lose full. Look at Pat. What's Pat doing?
All part of the plan, baby. All part of the plan.
I just Pat falling asleep. Pat, you good?
It's a long time. All part of the plan. Listen, they're letting them show all their strengths and control. Like that's what you do in a long con. You let the other team give you all the information you need, and then when you're down the road, when it's time to.
You think FaZe is long con you?
Yo, you think Sim and BZ are dropping 0.7? Come on.
A long con is like where somebody's okay, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna ask because I have no idea. How old are you? Are you 19, 20, 21?
20.
Okay, 20. Okay, random question because I had no idea.
There you go. I turned 21 in 2 months.
Gotcha.
4th of July.
We got fucking Pro Loot here. He's the superstar substitute. Let's tune in with Pro Loot and see what he had to say after the match.
Big dubs, man. Congrats on the 10K, by the way. Big win.
Huge win, Pro. Dude, listen, I gotta ask you guys, what do you do going into a match? Like, do you guys have like a warm-up that you guys do? Do you have a vibe song you listen to? Like,
we usually go to the diner. So we usually go to the diner like an hour and a half before our warm-up stream. And then like, then we get here and then we like shoot some bots. And then like 20 minutes later, we play our warm-up stream. We play 3 maps and then, yeah, that's it. And then we're just sitting there waiting for our match.
Well, Prolu, it's working. You look fantastic in that series, especially in the control. I got to ask you, man, you were watching the league earlier before. Now you're actually in it. You saw what Optic's been able to do against FaZe. Now that you're playing with this team, what do you think gives this team such a massive edge going against them?
Yo, look, Mike comes into the interview. Look at this.
Honestly, I feel like they just have a mental block against them. Like, honestly, in that series, I was doing whatever I wanted against them.
All right.
Straight up. I feel like Optic's respawn is really good. Like it was so easy to fill in the role and just like play my game and just talk as a leader, and it was super easy.
There you go.
Playing the game, you did exactly that. 90 and 65, 1.38 against the Atlanta FaZe.
1.38.
Yeah, man, you killed it. Good stuff, man. Excuse me, but all right. So this is a good question for you, okay? Because you're the sub on this team. We make storylines. The community makes narratives. Atlanta FaZe is rival to Optic Texas, but so far they haven't been able to beat you guys. So heading into the next major, my question to you is, which team do you really see as a threat?
I mean, those are like I still see FaZe as a threat because they're still a really good team. If like they catch us on an off day, like it could go wrong. But as long as we just keep practicing and keep playing good leading up to the major, it should translate into LAN.
I love it. Humble and confident in your skills. Pro,
Bro,
last question. What are you going to do with your end of the 10K prize you guys just won?
He's feeling good, man.
Honestly, nothing because I just doubled my bank account right there.
Hey, cash out, baby.
Right here. Oh, there we go, Big Stro.
There we go. Hey, Pro Luke, congrats on the big win. And hey, you guys keep winning, so we'll talk to you next time you guys play, all right?
All right. Have a good one, man.
Yeah, really good interview coming out from Pro, man. Good interview. I think he's getting comfortable now. Getting comfortable. You guys saw Hastro on there too, so a little cameo coming in from Hastro. But now we got one more series left to go. And before we go to the next series, any final thoughts on the series? Anything you want to say?
GG's FaZe. Byron's a mini Ender, dude.
He's good as fuck. He's good as fuck for sure.
If no one picks up Byron, dude, I'm gonna be fucking mind blown because Byron's actually like a mini Ender. Like I'm not even trolling.
Bro,
in terms of like
he's good as fuck. He is good.
Smartness, all that shit. Like
I definitely think he's made a name. He's made a name for
sure.
himself. He's made a name for himself without a doubt. Without a doubt. So I'm really happy for Prolu, man. Wishing the best of luck moving forward. Yo, what's going on with Illy, by the way? Is he okay? I heard somebody said, I don't know where I read it, maybe Reddit or on stream. Somebody might have said something in a video or something, but Illy's getting a second opinion from more doctors, I guess, which is a good thing if he is.
Yeah, like he's like getting like extra scans to make sure like nothing's actually like really or like wrong with her or whatever. But yeah, like apparently like the Texas doctors were saying that like, oh, it's just like, you know, a pocket of pus or whatever. But then he got a scan at like in Toronto, and then they told him something else, and then now we're just waiting to see like what it actually is.
Yeah, just to give you guys a little update, kind of when I was going through the hand injury, I went to 3 doctors in Texas. 3. I was living in the FaZe house in Austin at the time. 3 doctors, they all told me there was nothing wrong with me and that I was going crazy. That's what they told me. They said, I told them that I couldn't move my thumb on the analog stick. I feel weakness. And they said, we've done tests, we've done this, we've done that. There's nothing wrong with your hand. Maybe you have like some tendonitis or something, but you're like, you know, they were looking at me like, listen, there's nothing wrong, man. Like we're looking, we can't find anything. And instantly I'm like, I know something's wrong, right? So I fly back to New Jersey. There's good doctors in Jersey and New York, man. Really good doctors. I ended up seeing this specialist called Dr. Tan. He won a whole bunch of awards for being like a top doctor. And I told him, I said, listen, man, I went to 3 doctors. They're telling me I'm a fucking crazy, man. And then he did the fucking test, and he found a cyst that was 0.5 centimeter big in my wrist that was on my thumb tendon that was blocking my range of motion. So they had to go in and surgically remove it. But it's just crazy how I went to 4 different doctors and only 1 doctor found out what was wrong. And then, of course, once I did the surgery and they took out the cyst, I mean, I felt completely fine after that. Obviously, I had more issues after that moving forward, but, you know, it felt good coming back and to get it worked. So finding a good doctor, Ant, is like really important for Ender if he hasn't already. But it sounds like he's getting multiple opinions, and that's a good thing. So I wish an Ilya speedy recovery. Hopefully everything's okay, and hopefully we see Ender back in the game. But let's get into the next one. We got NYSL going up against Toronto Ultra, Gav Hardpoint, Berlin S&D, Tuscan Control, Berlin Hardpoint, Desert Siege S&D. Chris, Pat, I'll throw it over to you guys for the vetoes, but this first map was all NYSL except for the rip. The rip-off, it was all Toronto Ultra, and then NYSL broke like 3 hills in a row. And I'm going to show you guys, but I'll go, let's get your initial thoughts. Chris, Pat, what do you guys think?
Yeah, it was looking scary, dude. I was pretty excited to see Scrappy play. Guy's disgusting.
He's
We got a little
gross.
glimpse of him at the Pro-Am, but I played against him in Challengers, and there was times where I've definitely gone fried by him. I'm not gonna
Well,
lie.
let everybody know why Scrappy was playing,
talented.
Chris. Let everybody know what was going on today.
What do you mean? Wait, sorry.
Well,
one more
Insight
time?
was sick. I don't think, you
Insight
know,
was
a
sick,
lot of people who watch the show probably don't know this. But
No, you're good.
Insight,
Yeah, my bad.
Insight got sick today. They had to bring in Scrappy, and I definitely think this was a good opportunity for Scrappy to come in and just kind of make a statement and just show people what he can do. And man, oh man, did he do that. Pat, any thoughts before we get into it?
Yeah, I mean, I was happy as fuck when this map started. And I think Toronto just kind of started to throw. Like you said, they got broke over and over and over.
Over again.
Yeah, I mean, still some. Their hard points are roller coaster to me, but I think, you know, they're still kind of, they're showing that they're getting better than they obviously were in that kind of like dip they had. But, I mean, this is just a clutch performance out of New York to turn it around.
We can get into it a little bit. You can see NYSL, they were finally able to lock down some time. They got a full 60 on the P4 hardpoint. So really good plays coming out of NYSL to kind of bring themselves back into this match. And then going into the P5, it was Toronto Ultra that get there first. But it's Paco. He's going to find 2 in the middle of the map. He's going to end up going down, but that's going to open up that site. You can see Cammy trying to go rogue, but NYSL are going to break into this P5, and they're going to pin Toronto Ultra into the back spawns. And then going back into the P1, again, it's Ultra who are there first, But New York were able to break it. Chris, what do you think Ultra did wrong here? Break down their setup. You think they fucked up here? Well, clearly they fucked up. I don't like the double push out right there. I think they need to play tighter on Hill. I just don't know why they're double pushed out like that.
I think they were just trying too hard, and then like the last couple players got I think one of the players got beamed off the like head glitch. So it was good shots by New York, and fumbled. I guess like just pressure by Toronto.
And then you could kind of see how New York just continue to build their lead. We go into the second half of this game. New York bring it all the way back. It's going to be Toronto Ultra who find themselves into this P2 hard point. They were able to lock this down a little bit. It got a little mixy. I think New York was able to get in towards the end and pick up some scrap, as you can see here. And then Toronto Ultra kind of get pinned here. And this is not a good spawn if you're Toronto Ultra. These spawns are ass. Let's go into the listening with Ultra and see how they were common during these shit spawns.
We top ring, yeah.
They're life scrap. One
Yeah,
top ring, by the way.
Might be down.
Yep.
Okay, top ring, Hydra weak. He's S2. He's our side, Hydra, top ring.
I died to an 8, back ring.
One's on time.
On
time, but one shot, Toby.
I'm absolutely as well. Mid tank.
Mid tank, Hydra's got me.
We have a streak.
Yeah, we have a streak for P3. We can go in the right here. What, do you want to play out?
Try and get these. I'm done. Get him off ult. We're fine.
Let's see, right side time, nice.
Hydra's top ring.
Hydra's top ring. Yeah, one's top E5 and you still one and all.
Hydra's ring. Hydra's still ring.
Clear Hydra ring. Nice.
You can glide.
Yeah, I'm doing
He's back ring and one top ring.
I glide. Nice. Front green. I'll kill anyone crossing time. I don't see yet. One's
deep, by the way.
Deep crim dead.
One's super deep.
Yeah. Where's mid, crossing S2.
Weak on me. S2? I'm looking at
Kiss, one shot on the cut. One's in green. One shot on the cut in green. One's S2 in green. S2 in green.
Yeah, first shot Kismet, one's deep. Kismet, one shot.
Kismet,
nice. Keep
deep, Grim. Nice shot cross with your
S2. I got it.
That's going to do it for the listening. One thing to note, at least on my end, I don't know what you guys think, but this guy Scrappy's turned. Holy shit. This guy is fucking turned up, man. I definitely think that he had a lot of energy going into this one. And we'll definitely tune into his game-winning interview because it was hilarious. But Scrappy, he's making plays. He's bringing a lot of energy to this Toronto team. And it's New York that are going to rotate over to that P4 hard point, and that's going to start from Paco taking a route. You can see New York, they're going to kind of be pinned back here in these spawns, but look at number 2 on that mini-map. It's Hydra with 30 seconds left to hold. He's going to sneak through the middle of the map. He's not going to shoot anybody, and he's just going to go all the way across, and that's going to be a game-winning play. Hydra taking the routes, being the route man for the squad. Hydra's doing it all. Pat, this guy Hydra might be the best player. He might be well, not the best player, but he's one of the best. One of the best.
Sure.
One of the best. Not the best, but one of the best.
Gets the most kills. Like literally just does whatever gun.
Never has a bad map, bro.
He really. That's what I'm saying. Consistency. Like it's insane.
Don, can you believe that he could be on your team right now? He could have been the Paris Legion franchise.
Paris let him go. They let him go. Bro, can you believe that Paris lost the bidding war to New York, and New York they put him on, it was for a substitute spot. It was either join New York as a substitute and sign this contract or join Paris as a starter, and Paris just didn't give him a good contract. They just didn't. They refused to give him a good salary, a good money. And just like that, they lost Hydra. They lost him. Which to me is like, bro, you're Paris Legion. You got a French phenom coming from Paris. Everybody's talking about this guy and how talented this guy is. And you let him go? I just think it was such a big mistake, no? I think they fucked up bad.
Yeah, of course. It's like, what you guys are talking about this guy top 5. Paris could have signed him for literally the cheapo. Like, they're trolling.
Apparently, they also lost Pred, too. Which somebody was saying in the chat, but I'm pretty sure Pred was almost going to Paris as well.
I'm actually convinced Paris literally just offered people like the most worst basic shit, and like
they do.
If they got anything better, they didn't even negotiate. They're like, all right, fine, fuck it, you go over there, like have fun.
No, that's exactly what happened. I mean, I was with New York.
Right.
I was with New York at the time. Yeah. I was there. I was over there in New York. I was in the camp, and I know what was going on behind the scenes because I've talked to the big dogs at New York that handle all this stuff, and they said, "Listen, man, we got him. We got this guy."
That just tells me they don't care, bro.
They don't care.
Just cheap. Like, what do they really think is like? I don't know what they think their investment is like going to bring them. Like, if they're just not going to put any effort into it, are they just chalking it or just hoping to sell? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, you can see Hydra 25 and 22, 31 and 25 from Crim6, but he did not have that stat line moving forward. I will tell you that. Donnie, I think Porter struggled a little bit, huh?
That guy was getting shit on.
Mr. Fat Man Porter was definitely struggling towards the second half of this series. I'm going to be honest with you, man. Chat, you guys know I'm real with you. I definitely blacked out during the second map of this series. I think we had a lot going on during the watch party. This was a very back and forth map. I think it ended up being a 6-4 win for the Toronto Ultra. And we could kind of go back and kind of see what they were doing. But Pat, talk to me. And Chris, what do you think Scrappy adds to this Toronto Ultra team, especially in Search and Destroy? I feel like he just adds the strap and just aggression, though. Aggression. I feel like aggression is the main word.
Well, one, he's Insight and him are both good at S&D players, but he is aggressive. Like Scrappy is a lot more aggressive, but Scrappy's just raw, dude. Like, I wasn't surprised though that Toronto was going to win the search. I thought if they were going to win the series, they were going to win off the back of their S&Ds. And when we actually get there, you'll see that's exactly what it was. They won both S&Ds to eventually win the series. For those of you guys in chat, but yeah, I think their S&D is just on a better level than New York. I think that's always been their weak game mode. We saw them at the pro-am, going 6-5 a lot, and as teams start to play them more and get used to it, those 6-5s are gonna just get like harder and harder to win, or they're just gonna get worse at Search and Destroy. They need to drastically improve in this game mode if they want to keep their they want to keep their upward trend.
Yep, and then we get into the 3-4 round. You can see Kleenex. He's going to open things up. I mean, he just goes rogue. Pat, this is your guy right here, Pat.
Bro, that's my guy.
It's your guy, Pat.
He's a Berlin phenom.
You think this is his map? I feel like him and Capsule, like those are the players I think of when it comes to Berlin. They're just like, for some reason on these maps, these type of players, they just turn up.
No, I agree with you. I don't remember the last time he had a bad Berlin, to be honest.
This might be this map might be Toronto's Moscow from Cold War. Like that's why I was saying that.
You think so? I feel like they could break ankles on this map. That's true.
Yeah,
that is true.
They like this map.
You could kind of see how Toronto was able to close it out. They just rushed through A. They had a guy playing the late flank that was Scrappy, and they just kind of worked the trades and worked the kills, and they were able to close out this map number 2 to tie up the series at 1. But go ahead, Pat. I mean to cut you off there.
Is that Asum like in the chat? Asum6? Is that his Twitch
that's
username?
Asum.
Okay, yeah. He said respectfully, I own Berlin. I don't know, Asum. I haven't seen you throw up the Kleenex performances back to back. So
I mean, Asum is good at that map. I mean, Berlin, I definitely feel like is one of those maps where a sub player could kind of take over. Is Shotzzy still in here? Is he here?
He chalked it up.
He chalked it up. All right, I was gonna ask him, but I didn't know he muted out
because you can swap lanes like really easily.
Well, I heard my name.
I was gonna say, is Berlin? I feel like a Berlin is a sub map. I feel like you can get aggro on Berlin. You could find gaps, you could find lanes, anything. Berlin hardpoint, Berlin control, Berlin S&D.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Who's the best Berlin player in the game?
Respawn or S&D?
If you had to just do overall.
Fuck, I don't even know.
Is it Kleenex? It's Kleenex, right?
I don't even know. Like, who's had the crazier performances on Berlin? Like, if like from like actually probably Brandon, to be honest.
Brandon's good at Berlin too.
Oh, let's bring back to the sub combo though. The S&D.
Sub. Oh shit.
I mean, it might be Pred.
Who's the best? You think Pred? I like Pred on Gav. I feel like Pred's good on Gav.
I've seen him go nuts on Berlin. But
Realistically, I think the best subs in the game are the best at Berlin. You know what I'm saying? But let's get into the control. I'm going to take this right to the 1-1 round. This one ended crazy. Both defensive wins for NYSL and Ultra off the rip. It's all tied up at 1. It's NYSL trying to hold on strong here. And you could just see Ultra. I mean, they get super aggressive towards the last 30 seconds here. NYSL almost lose this round here. And I'll just show you guys a little bit about kind of what was going on. It's going to start with Kleenex. He's going to find a big 2-piece. Bance is going to find 1. That's going to be a 3 clean dead. And then Kleenex with the clean beams again right here in the window. He's going to take down Paul X. Kleenex putting on a show, and then it goes right to Bance. Bance is going to be the next one up. But it's Hydra. Toronto Ultra are about to clutch this up. 0.2 seconds left. It's a 1v5. Hydra is the last life alive. He's the last one up. He has to pop a 2-piece on this point or they're going to lose. But Toronto line up. They line up for Paco. And Paco's able to find the 2-piece. You can see the frustrations coming in from Toronto Ultra. They were not happy about that one. And then we get into this next round. Go ahead, Don. Go ahead.
Yeah, apparently Hook, Standy, and Capsule have the best Berlin KDs.
Who?
Hook, Standy, and Capsule.
Capsule makes a lot of sense.
Is that all three modes?
I don't know, but that's just what I'm reading.
Interesting.
Gotcha.
Capsule does make sense, though.
And I got one more thing before I fade away. Like, yo, Porter had, like, this got to be the hardest cost you've seen in years. Like, 10 and 30? Like
They won the map.
legitimately 10
They
and
won the
30.
map though. It wasn't a cost.
Okay, all right.
Damn,
But yeah, he
son.
did get absolutely shit
All
on.
right, you're right. They did win the map. I forgot. They did
But I
win
mean,
the map.
like, but we saw Classic go 0-11 for a 6-5 win. So
Pretty
we've
dumb.
seen crazier, yeah.
This is close. That's on this level. Like, this
No,
is,
for
they're
sure.
on the same level. Like,
I mean, he literally lost the round by himself.
You can see Porter. He's doing really good stuff here in his Tuscan Control. Currently sitting at 11 and 30. Make that 11 and 31. Porter was just not having a good last couple maps, man. He was really struggling here. But we could kind of just see how the heck this last round was able to end off. It was NYSL who capitalized, or Toronto who capitalized on their defense. They're going to bring this to an overtime. And just to show you guys how this overtime ended, I mean, this was fucking insane. Another crazy ending to the overtime. It was Hydra again who clutched up. I mean, I feel like we say this guy's name a lot. Hydra was able to find some kills at the very end on this point and kind of save New York. Let's go into the final 15 seconds to see what happened. Bance is going to get pushed up. He's going to find a big two-piece. So Toronto, with a tick and a half already gone through, they're looking to clean this one up, and it's Paco who just cleans him up with the big two-piece, just coming in, saving the day, and stopping that push from Toronto Ultra. You can just see New York able to finish out this one. It comes down to Cammy. It's Paco who finds the third. Very good plays coming in from Paco. I see Asim in the chat telling me to go back and to look at the four-piece. You want to go back and look at the Kleenex four-piece? No problem. Let's tune in and look at the tissue. It's going to start with 1, days 2, days 3. Kleenex going absolutely rogue. He was trying to do everything he could for Toronto Ultra to try and get these guys on a point. Kleenex is 42 and 36, by the way. Wow.
Yeah, he was fighting for his life. He actually almost like opened up this like entire site, like multiple rounds for Toronto. Like you saw him beam the guy off like the head glitch top green. He like again gets like a multi-kill there to even give them a chance. Like this guy was actually fighting for his life, dude. I felt bad when they lost.
Yeah.
This is the first time we saw like 3 40 bombs. I guess 4 if you count Porter's, but it wasn't the reverse.
And then we look at the final scoreboard. I mean, Kismet 40 and 36. Hydra 39 and 26, and Paul X 32 and 33. It was Crimsix 18 and 42. His final stat line, Modern 42 deaths in Control. That can't be good for your lives. That
might be his worst like individual map stat line ever.
You think so? You think that was his worst stat line ever?
Especially for the win. Especially for the win, it has to be.
Even for a loss, I can't
Even
ever
for a loss,
remember him going that bad. Like,
that's like a
42.
And they
What was his overall KD in the series?
He went neg 33.
Lord.
His
Said
overall
Lord.
like a 0.7.
Damn.
It was
Listen.
a 0.71. Yep, 81 and 114.
Listen, then we get into the next hard point. We get into a Berlin hard point. Let's kick it off with the NYSL listening and see how the boys are coming in this one. Ultra with a really good start. They're trying to push this to a map number 5. Ultra stayed ahead of rotation, and they worked some good breaks and some good holds into the second rotation. So New York unable to hold on, but let's see how the boys are coming.
One more.
Oh shit, you dead.
You're good, yeah. I don't know if he's pushing. He's pushing.
Two.
He's plat weak. Stun. Kleenex on.
Multiple.
I'm rotating him. Yo, dice. I heard you. I'm playing for him.
Vance at old.
Yo, dice and then the fire. He's on milk truck scrappy. Dice. Scrappy. Scrap milk truck front side.
One's old. One's old. He's gonna be P5 probably.
I'm rapid low right. I'm getting low right.
Yeah, wait, P5.
So on me, Kleenex weak. Going open. Up open. He's up top. Kleenex.
Okay.
I got fire tank. One's fire tank.
On time.
No, behind you. Open, close.
Dead.
Yo, milk truck, Cammy milk truck. P2 tank. P5 scrap. P2 tank right now. P5 scrap, nice. P5 scrap, one shot.
I'm watching scrap.
Nice, P5.
I'm looking for scrap.
He's P5 stuff. Behind the tank, he might have pushed you. Yeah, he could have.
Nice,
good job. Looking for one. I'm getting. Yeah, I stun him on the right.
You stun me.
Office one shot.
Yeah, I'm
Go. Play this time.
Bottom fire.
And I'm going on top of it.
To mid-street.
Yeah.
To mid-street. Help him.
Yeah, they're going milk truck scrap.
Oh,
I got dominated.
I died. Yo, one shot milk.
No, my double doors. Push on time. He's pushing out close steps.
Oh my god, dude.
On time, one shot, 2 on time.
Okay, good.
Scrap weak on time. Yo, one fire.
Plat weak. Bottom fire.
Hey, milk, Vance weak.
We gotta take our time. There's one guy milk and one guy old. They're gonna be pushed out.
Yep.
That's going to do it for the listening. Going into this P4 hard point, this second P4, I want everybody to pay, or second P3, excuse me. I want everybody to pay close attention to Paco because he was making absolute plays. But Chris and Pat, what did you guys think about the listening? How do you think the boys sound?
We sound fine. I mean, standard comes, I think, from them. But just in general, I want to mention this is the point in the game where Toronto is gonna start kicking it up. Like this is where Scrappy starts to take over because Scrappy has like an insane map.
Yeah, no, he takes over here.
Carry them forward.
First, it starts with Paco and this little spree, and that's gonna bring NYSL all the way back. They're able to tie it up. And then once we go into the second P4, this is kind of where just Scrappy started taking over, man. It started with NYSL. They're going to get those spawns, but Toronto do a good job kind of keeping it mixy and keeping it close. This was a Scrappy show for the rest of the game. And I guess I'll ask you guys this. Do you think Toronto Ultra will bring in Scrappy full time?
I don't know. I think he absolutely fried. He did better than I actually thought he did. Like, from watching the series versus looking at the scorecard. Like, he
had a 1.2.
1.26, 115 kills, most in the lobby, plus 24. Like he fried, like by far best player in the series. But to me, I'm just still like super kind of bummed that he signed as a Toronto sub. I feel like a lot of teams could use him in this league, and I feel like after Minnesota, like I think his stock was super high from both players and org perspectives. And you know, it's kind of a gamble to see if he would actually get put on this roster because it's not like Inside has been playing terrible by any means. And like he's just sick in this series, but I don't know. I think he absolutely could and should be on another team. And I just don't know if, especially this year, will Toronto.
I think having him on the roster. I think having him on the roster would help Cammy play better just because in this game it pays to have like aggression on your team. Like it's not like Cold War where like you can kind of just play like an herb sometimes and have like the rest of your teams go rogue. Like you actually got to be a lot more proactive, and no offense to Insight, but Scrappy is definitely a more aggressive player. But also in general, I think Toronto's been trending upwards like lately, so I think it would be kind of a disservice to make a change now. But if no team, approaches Toronto and Scrappy's still on this roster, and Toronto ends up taking another dip, I think they probably look at Scrappy as an option to bring him in because, I mean, they had their struggles at the beginning of the year, but they're trending upwards now. So they'll probably just keep their current roster if Insight gets well. But Scrappy definitely came in, and I was talking about it.
Chris. He made a
statement. I think these last two matches are arguably like the top 4 teams right now, arguably, right? The last 2 matches are of the day. So I mean, him doing this against a potential top 4 team in terms of the latest, like how things have been looking lately, I think is a huge statement, bro. Like he's disgusting.
Wait, you got Toronto top 4?
I think Toronto, FaZe,
Optic, FaZe, NYSL, Toronto
players have looked the best. I think Minnesota's getting up there too, but they just need more. Like we need more.
We gotta
like
see it on LAN. We gotta see it on LAN.
Yeah, we just need more reps of them.
And that's the thing about Toronto is they get better on LAN, and whoo, my 2022 World Champions looking good.
Bro,
like,
Toronto win the World Champs. I'm gonna lose full with Toronto win the champs, bro. This guy Bad's gonna be running around and shit. You can see how much it means to Scrappy and the boys. They are able to clutch up on this 4th map and send this to a map number 5. 33 and 37 for Kismet, 26-34 Krim, Hydra 29 and 26. Hydra the only one positive for New York Subliners. On the other side, it was Scrappy, 38 and 26 coming out from Scrappy. So this guy is just going absolutely rogue. Good plays coming out of him. And then we get into the S&D. NYSL go up 3-0 in the S&D, and then they do not win a round after this. They go up 3. I don't know what happened. I don't know if Toronto Ultra just kicked up. I don't know if they adapted. Chris and Pat, I'll let you guys give your initial thoughts, and then we'll get into it.
So I think, obviously, they started 3-0. I think the big change, though, was at 3-3. We saw Kismet tweet like there was I guess a lag spike in the lobby. I don't know if it affected the Toronto players.
Yeah, what was that all about? Everybody keeps complaining about internet. What is going on?
He said at 3-3, they lag spiked, basically froze, went to 1,000 ping. And I mean, we've you've been a player. Those things, like, it's hard to kind of ignore when they happen. Like, in the moment, you have to forget about it so fast, and there's only 3 more rounds to be played. So it's like, I think that is what chalked them up the last 3 rounds. But before that, I don't know how Toronto was able to kind of get back into this and win 3 straight to tie it up.
I think a lot of it just comes down to Toronto being the better search team in general. And like, this is a map that we've seen them go back to time and time again and play a lot. Meanwhile, New York, we've already said their S&D is, not their strongest suit. So usually this is how it goes with teams that are not that good at search, or teams that are lacking like a lot of reps in search and destroy, because, these guys are still kind of a fairly new team, is they have their strategies. They start to work. If they work, great. if the team adapts, they don't really have the experience to kind of start mid-round adjusting to those adaptations, and then ends up falling apart. Like so good. So I think that's like just more good on like Toronto and being able to adapt to New York.
Yeah, and it starts with Scrappy once again. I mean, they're down 0-3, and Scrappy's able to find 3 in this round. So really good plays coming out of Scrappy. Then we get into the next round. Ultra's gonna find a big 2-piece right off the ripperoni. Bance is gonna find one pushing through that left side of the map. He's gonna find one street. Kleenex is going to find a grenade kill across the map. And just like that, Ultra, they find themselves in a 4v2. They're able to close this one out with some trades and just holding some hands. So good plays coming out of Ultra. And then we get into the 3-2 round. And this was just Bance making plays. He went massive this round. Super massive. You can see Kismet. He's going to get aggressive on B, but he notices nobody's there. Ultra just kind of playing slow. Kind of trying to get a pick here. Doesn't seem like they know what bomb site they want to go to yet. And you can see Scrappy. He's going to open things up with a first blood here in the middle of the map. Big plays coming out of Scrappy. And then Toronto's going to rotate over towards this A bomb site. And we could kind of see how NYSL try to retake this one. It's a 3v3 situation. NYSL decide to go through mid and go around the back. They're going to find one. It's going to be a 3v2. But then it's Benjamin Bance. He's going to get pushed up here into a little bit of a creddy. And NYSL are just not going to check it. They do not check this behind this little creddy spot. And Bance is going to find 2. Good heads up play, huh, Chris? Good play out of Bance.
That's actually good. That's actually a good spot, dude. It's so like cringe.
It's a cringe spot.
It's a cringe spot, dude.
That could have been around for NYSL. That could have definitely been around. Then we get into the 3-3 round. Is this where you said the spikes are coming in, Pat?
That's what they said on Twitter, yeah.
Can we even see it? Can we even see it? I mean, Scrappy goes rogue here. Scrappy makes the play. Scrappy is going to go through this B side of the map. Right? Paul X is going to find a first blood. 4v3 in favor of NYSL. Scrappy's going to jump up top on his platform. Find one. And by him staying alive and just playing his life, they're both looking up. Paul X and Kismet are trying to kill Scrappy. But him playing his life and staying up there, that's going to give Kleenex 2 free kills. He's going to shoot 2 people in the back. They were both looking up. Scrappy with fantastic plays. Just being a game changer and being impactful. And I think that's what he brings to the table. And then we get into the 3-4 round, and it's Scrappy again. We were seeing the same thing with Slasher in his match, but just getting that trench control over by the B side. Scrappy gets aggressive here. He does not. He has some big balls, this guy. Scrappy, he's going to push to the right side of the map. He's going to get aggro. You can see it now. He's going to pick up Crims in the back, and then once he picks up Crim 6, I mean, that's going to open up this B bomb site. And Toronto Ultra, they're going to get it down. Hydra's going to pick up a kill, make it a 3v3 situation.
Right, he's going to pick up 2 kills.
I don't think Porter saw anybody field. I don't think he expected anybody to be field there. But Porter, he ends up getting kind of caught with his pants down. He goes down. They get the bomb down. And just like that, 3v3 situation with the bomb down, I mean, it's looking slow. Paco kills himself here, by the way. I don't know if you guys saw, but Paco cooked his grenade too long, and he blew it up in his face. He knew that Scrappy was laying down right here. He knew. You can see Kismet throwing a grenade. Paco nades himself, and Kismet finds himself tagged one shot in the corner. Scrappy's going to take him down with a stun. And just like that, in a 3v1 situation. I mean, super trolly. No, Chris? Just trolly, man.
Yeah, that was a failed round, bro. I think that changed a lot.
For those of you asking how Paco killed himself, I see Asim in the chat wondering. Here it is. Let's get the replay. Hydra with the grenade in his hand, he just cooks it too much. I don't know if he lost count or maybe lost focus. He held it. He just held it. I don't know. I think what Hydra was trying to do was blow it up right on top of Scrappy, but he mistimed it. He just mistimed the grenade.
Yeah, he thought he had a Semtex.
And then listen, then we get into the 3-5 round, and again, it's Scrappy. What a first blood. I mean, this guy just continues to just show why he should be in the league. He comes in, finds a big one. Kismet's going to trade it. Bomb goes down on B, so it is a big 2-piece coming out of Kiz mid of the map. Make it a 3v2 situation. Cammy's going to come on that pinch, make it a 2v2, and then Kismet, he just kind of gets caught out. They're all running. NYSL, they're just running around. You know, it's a 2v2 situation. You had the bomb down. I would have liked to see them chill a little bit right there. But they just go a little bit too crazy. And just like that, it's Toronto Ultra that are able to clutch up this map number 5. You can see how excited these guys are. Scrappy's not even there. This motherfucker got up. He's probably running around screaming and shit. We'll take a look at the final scoreboard. It had a couple players who left the game, and Ben J. Nassim was not happy about that on Twitter. Mr. Ben J. Nassim, he rages when people leave the lobbies. What do you guys think about rage quitting and people leaving the lobbies? Do you think it's that big of a deal?
Yeah, if they're doing stats, like I've said this, I'd rather have, if I'm not going to have accurate stats, I'd rather have no stats because, like, it's just chalked. It skews everything.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm not sure why they left. Maybe just aggravated a little bit. I think they just kind of lost full.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, if I lose a match, the last thing I'm doing is like rushing the all F4, bro. I'm probably just gonna put my controller down, look at my teammates. Like, I don't even think about quitting the actual
bro. I don't know how
game.
people actually like do that. Like, cause think about it. You're not playing with the keyboard. It's different if you had like a keyboard, right?
Yeah, like,
and you like hit all F4 real quick. You actually have to physically put your controller down, reach out to your keyboard, and either hit all F4 or physically hit the press start button. Scroll down, leave game. Like, bro, is that like people's like first instinct? Not even just these guys. Like,
Yeah,
this happened. This has happened to multiple people, even challengers. Well, there was like a whole big deal about challengers elite and people leaving games. Like, bro, what are you doing? Like, just put your controller down, walk away from your setup if you're pissed. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
100%. Let's tune into Scrappy. Scrappy got the post game interview. Let's see what the kid had to say.
Yo, my man, I miss you, number one. Number two, congrats on the big win. My question to you is, what was the vibes like, the comms like? What was the game plan when New York went up big on you guys on map 5? You guys had a crazy comeback.
Yeah, when we went down 3-0, I really just knew what we had to do and just play together and just do everything together. And then when we hit everything out, I don't know, stuff started clicking, and it feels good.
There you go. Scrappy, congratulations on the win. You made a statement in this match. 1.18, got your team out of some really rough situations. But I want to ask you, like, coming into this team and filling in for Insight, whose Maniar has been fantastic, was that your plan to come in and make a statement and try to take over games, or are you just trying to fill into the mold?
I just kind of just try to fill in. I knew me and Jamie's playstyle isn't really the same, so I kind of just tried to come in, and whatever the boys needed, I just came in and helped them.
Absolutely. I mean, a huge win across the board for you to sub in. Apparently, that's been kind of the woes of this year. But I do have a question about the search and destroy. It's been kind of like a theme ongoing that the Challengers players brought up. Talk about, you know, search and destroy being so easy and how even at the Pro-Am Challengers teams were taking search and destroys off of these pro teams. Do you kind of share that same sentiment with search and destroy? A lot easier for you heading into this?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've been playing S&D since, I don't know, I've been 12, and Crim's like, he's ass. He's ass in S&D. So.
It's not right.
He stood no chance, and yeah. S&D's pretty fucking easy. I'll give you that.
That's not right at all.
Hey, yo, I'll give you $1 for you, fine. But yo, check this out. I was waiting for this Scrappy to come out, man. So my question to you is there anything you got to say about the fact that AMs are stepping up in the biggest way possible for the CDL this year, okay? We see Prolu with Optic. We see Spark coming and win a championship. And you just beat one of the biggest surging teams in the CDL. You guys are making a statement. What is your opinion about that?
I mean, yeah, the challengers. There's a bunch of challengers players that need their spot. I'm gonna give a shout out quick one to Mohawk. That guy's a beast, and he hasn't got a spot yet, or like anything. So, but yeah, big dogs in the CDL.
Just a trial.
Let's go, man. Scrappy, I really hope that we get to see you soon. You're the real deal. Keep up the good work, and I'll holler at you later, all right?
Thanks, guys.
All right, so Scrappy with his little post-game interview in the CDL. He's doing his thing. He also gave a little shout-out to Mohawk. A lot of people have been talking about Mohawk, man. People think Mohawk's a really good player. You know, a lot of these guys, man, I feel like there's so much talent that's just not in this league. I would definitely love to see some new faces, you know? It's always very exciting when a new player comes in and makes a statement.
Would be nice to have some expansion.
But let's take a look at the matches next week. We got Paris going up against Toronto, Seattle versus Florida, and Minnesota versus FaZe to kick things off on the Friday. We'll start with our predictions. We got Paris versus Toronto. I'm personally going to go with Toronto on that one. I'm going to go 3-1. Seattle versus Florida. I don't really know what to think about this one. Both teams have been up and down. I'll go with Seattle. I feel like Seattle has definitely been kicking up into another gear.
That's going to be a bloodbath.
Yeah, that's going to be a battle. That's definitely going to be a battle. And then we got Minnesota versus FaZe. I got FaZe in that one, but who do you guys got? Chris, we'll start with you. Pat, one with you.
I got Ultra, I got Surge, and I got FaZe.
What about you, Pat?
I'll go Ultra, Florida, FaZe.
Don, you here? You want to give your predictions?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Don. Do what you got to do, baby.
I got Legion, Surge, and FaZe.
Don, how you feeling over there, Don? You feeling all right?
I feel good, bro. Hey, I'm about to go hop in the shower.
I like that, Don. I like that. You're not going live, Don? You're not going live?
I am, but like I think I'm gonna just chill for a bit. I need to resurrect. You know what I'm saying?
All right, go hey Don, go resurrect.
I need to go
shit.
resurrect.
You know what I'm saying? Gotta go do what you gotta do and shit. You know. But listen, guys, that's gonna do for us, man. We had an awesome set of matches. Just a quick reminder again: the Rich and Lonely X the Flank X ZOOMAFIA X Stallions. We have 10 pieces being released on the 27th. It's gonna be limited, so make sure you guys get it while you can. If you guys want to see a little preview of one of the pieces, that's on the Rich and Lonely Twitter. I also retweeted it if you guys want to go check it out. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, go to anchor.fm/theflank to check out all the audio sites we're on. And go follow at The Flank on Twitter. Gersh doing a phenomenal job over there running social. So go show Gersh some love on the social. And as always, man, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate everybody tuning in this weekend. And we just appreciate the love, the positivity, and all the energy, man. You guys have been going crazy all weekend long. So just thank you guys for being awesome.
And for the negativity, remember, I was your favorite player's favorite player.
Respectfully suck my... Never mind. Yo, end the show.
No, I mean, listen, people going to hate, but, you know, success comes with hate. It's not about how hard you can hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. Take care, brush your hair, have a good fucking day. Another day to the office. We'll see you guys next time on another episode of The Flank. Peace out, guys.